helping her study for a
Hello.
Howdy, howdy.
How's she going?
It's going.
I don't believe you. Why did I think that when the time changed and moved back 1 hour, that the session would move back 1 hour, not move forward an hour?
I don't know.
That made things really complicated because, yeah, I'm only here for like an hour, and then I'm gone for an hour, and then I'm back. So
Nice.
I'm going to have my phone on me, so I will be able to interact, but yeah. Oh, and quick question before people start appearing.
Mm-hmm.
V's family, would they have been hung before the sacking of the town or during?
I feel like they would have been hung during, so you would have walked back into the capital to see it.
Well, that's what I was thinking. Like when I was massing my forces to come into the town, it would have been already hung, so all of my actions were all evil for that whole purpose. Is how I was viewing it. But if they were hung during, to really trivialize that Veronica was the enemy, because you guarantee Fandor would do that. So yeah, I could definitely see it that way, where he did a power play where people actually view him as a positive light.
Yeah. Keep the smoke off his back, as it were.
Yeah. See, that's the entire thing I think he's been doing, is keep everything off of him.
I figured it out, Adam. I figured out how I can be super duper 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 lazy while I'm grinding for stuff.
Oh, yeah?
I don't like competing for resources.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just selling all the non-competitive resources and buying the resources I need.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing lately, is I've been looking for ways to grind money instead.
That gold run in Great Cleave, I've just been doing it, and I can get about 1,000 gold per run, and then I just dump it all into buying ironwood. And it's so much more consistent and profitable than trying to actually get ironwood.
Nice. Yeah, see, my problem is my limiting resource right now is snail slime, which is...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's going for like 60 a pop right now. So... And fishing fishing is well and good, but like I need about 100 of them. Ooh.
So go find a 1-star hotspot and fish there for roughly 6 hours, and you'll probably get that.
Yeah, that's a lot of fishing.
See, I need 1,496 iron planks, which means I need 11,968 ironwood. And I need 748 orichalcum ingots, which means I need 35,904 iron ore. So, yes. I'm at 177 engineering, and I'm just gonna make orichalcum arrows all the way up, back up to the top. I already have all the orichalcum I need. I just need iron and ironwood.
Is it bad that my playlist at the moment that I've been listening to get into these characters is called Warlord?
It might be. It might be.
No,
Is that a red flag?
see,
See, I went and I'm trying to play the market. Because like I said, the snail slimes are going for like 60 a pop. But I just threw in a buy order. You know, it's probably not going to get filled.
there's a lot of buy orders for gold and platinum right now, instead of just building brilliant.
And for some reason, brilliant onyxes are selling for like 10 a pop, which isn't a lot, but it's like a lot
Yeah.
if you have a lot of them.
Pristine onyx are selling for about 100.
See, because I can make those, so
Yeah. Not the cut version, just
yeah.
pristine onyx.
I don't know why you would want the uncut version. I mean, I
So you
guess
can
a little
cut
bit
it
more
yourself.
resource. That's fair.
Because I haven't checked, but I imagine the cut version is going for significantly higher. Don't judge. I'm checking to see if this buy order went through. But yeah, so it's one of those things where like I'm pretty sure it's not going to get filled. Yes, so far nothing. But I put 1,000 snail slime on for each, and like, you know, no one's gonna do that on purpose, but maybe I'll get lucky. Maybe someone will misclick, and hey, that's free snail slime that I really need.
Ain't gonna happen.
Probably not, and I'm okay with that.
But I understand your conviction of pain, because I was able to collect about 20 snail slime in a half-hour fishing expedition in a
Mhm.
freshwater hotspot.
Okay.
It was only a 1 star, and I was kind of disappointed that I was only getting fucking snails. But if you're looking for that shit, fine.
That's what I'm looking for, yeah. So 1-star hotspot.
1 star.
Okay, that's good to know. But yeah, speaking of which, if you or our other resident fisher, James, happens to have snail slimes hanging around, I need them. I need all of them. Desperately.
I will see what I have laying around. Wow, you really are a wizard now. How do you feel that you desperately need snail slime?
Yeah, fucking wild,
I'm just
right?
picturing like a caricature of like a wizard, like you know, raged out of their mind, going like, "I need snail slime."
You need
Just like-
snail slime, Harry.
Just like running around, and everyone in the village thinks he's like absolutely crazy. It's like
Hey, we can't do. Here's the
the
problem.
wizard
We
at the
can't
edge
do
of
that
town
though.
is running around, looking under rocks, trying to get slime.
He's licking all kinds of wet surfaces and swearing it profusely because it's not
got
the
like
right
a-
slime.
He's got like a stick and a leaf sticking out of his hair. His hat's got a hole in it. He's like been looking for slime for like the past 3 days straight without slipping.
I am saddened that I can't make a backstory because I had ideas for the deadbeat wizard for this campaign. I've had so many bad ideas. Oh, where's that art? I could probably show you that art.
I totally intended to actually go through and set up the playlist on Roll20 this time around for this
And we
week,
did it.
and I didn't.
It's okay. I understand. You were busy with New World.
I was
well-
busy with the world all day.
Or
none of you hopped
should
on.
I be more realistic? New World was busy with you guys.
Yeah. So that's the frustrating part about it was I had 2 days off this weekend. So I wanted to spend Thursday on prep, Friday on New World, and then this morning on finishing any prep that I didn't finish on Thursday. But then Josh, when we woke up, Josh was still on, so I was like, I don't get a fucking chance to play with Josh all that often. Like I have to. So I hopped on with him for a little while.
I was
And
a little
then-
while. You guys were on it all fucking day.
Yeah, we were on for a fair few hours.
Is that why you
But
weren't
I-
on today?
No, that's coming. But I got off. I started prepping. I got a bunch of maps done. I got I got a decent amount done. And then I'm like, okay, I can finish everything else on Saturday. So yesterday was all New World all day because I knew I had time on Saturday. And then Bree decided when she woke up this morning that she was going to go out shopping. So I had the kids all day. And she literally just got back about 15 minutes ago. So, yeah. No prep today. I'm a little behind where I want to be. It's fine. Everything's great.
It's okay. It's drama time.
I mean, yeah, y'all got plenty to go over, so.
Has Adam spotted my third text on this page yet?
Yeah. Truth is the past haunts us all.
Yep. The fire always has wisdom for you all. You thought I was gone. You thought I was destroyed. The truth is, the past haunts us all, child.
A Triceratops. I guess it should be a Triceratops. I don't know why that's an N.
You be where?
Triceratops. And
Yep.
Oh, that's why. A Triceratops and a Tyrannosaurus. Triceratops, that makes sense now. Here.
You lost me.
I'll put him
That
in the
was a
fire
very
for you.
directional turn I was not ready for.
There you go. Triceratops.
Oh.
It's a Triceratops and a T-Rex.
Wizards, you gotta get off your fucking boat.
Right? Fucking wizards, man.
First you do the owl bear, now you do this. And there's only like 3 places that have dinosaurs in the multiverse. Or have you forgotten the Forgotten Realms? Is that from the new book there, Adam? Or
Not from the new book. It's from Toma Beast 2, which came out on Roll20 for free. So I snagged that shit up.
Oh, that's isn't
I've heard that those are both really good. Because like 1 and 2, I've heard they're awesome.
Well, they're amazing. However, they're also not balanced.
So here's the thing. I've started looking into a lot more of them, and some of them are not balanced. You're absolutely correct. Like the Grim Jesters from Toma Beast. Some things in there are terrifying, but those things that are in there to be terrifying are intentionally
terrifying.
Like when you look at the stat block, you know, like, okay, this thing is going to murder someone. But there's a guy on TikTok that I've been following. I should probably get off of the yeah. There we are. There's a guy on TikTok that I've been following that creates encounters from the Toma Beast for people, and he calls it serving it up DM style. And he fucking, like, some of the things that he makes seem ridiculous, and people will call him out on it, like, that doesn't seem balanced, and he'll go back through and he'll actually do the math from the DM's guide.
Oh yeah, and lots of them are spot on for threat.
Honestly, from what I've seen, like, Toma Beast did a better job with their CR calculator than Wizards did. Like, he goes back through and he does the math for some of the stuff in the monster manual, and he's like, yeah, this is like 4 CR higher than it's supposed to be.
Oh yeah, no, their stuff is a lot baby. There's a lot of things in Wizards of the Coast books that are very babied, and are stronger than they should be. However, then you have the band.
Yeah. Somehow that's still a CR3.
That thing can still kill a level 20 character. Outright. like me telling you a normal foot soldier can kill a fucking level 20 barbarian.
Yeah.
Look, this knight with a great sword, full plate armor, is going to wreck the shit out of this barbarian that's basically on the same level playing field as a god. Which is hunting.
Terrifying. Oh,
But
I
also,
think I realized-
there's also the Black Pudding.
Yeah. That's the thing, is like the creatures from the monster manual, like the rust monster. The rust monster is not scary until you meet the exact criteria in which it becomes one of the most terrifying things there is.
Yeah.
Adam, did you add that
Hmm?
other token to Soren's sheet?
I
To flip?
did not. Let me do that real quick.
Yay.
And application. Oh god, how do I do these? Is it a rollable table? No. No. I gotta remember how to
If you
do
put
this.
the Rust monster in Eberron setting, he can destroy the whole suit.
Mm-hmm. It has
So
been a
imagine if
while
we
since
had
I've done
3 of them.
this. View table. Rename. Add item. File. Oh gosh, I guess I should probably put it on its proper background and everything too, shouldn't I?
Yeah.
Tokens.
So who's above 100 HP yet?
I think I am at exactly 100 HP.
You are beefy. Because I'm still
I-
at... I'm at
I
90
told you,
almost.
I am a tank.
I am 1 HP away from the perfect amount of HP. I'm at 68 HP.
What's your con?
Hmm?
What's your con?
I think it's 2.
Ah, so you'll never be the perfect HP.
Oh, I never,
You'll-
yes. This is true. I never could be the perfect number. You are correct.
You will never be the perfect HP.
You shut up. You shut your mouth.
Nope,
Who needs
that's
to
not
be
right.
perfect when you
I'm
can
sad
kill
Chris
people?
isn't here because Connor, David, and I had the most interesting discussion yesterday about statistics, and I wanted to see if Chris knew the answer right off the top of his head because it was something that I didn't know because I haven't taken stats in college.
Scale 7.5 B2, you have to do the calculations of the actual plastic, the weight of the deformities, and then the algorithmic formula of that. If you just want to do the numbers game, then it is what you had said. I will not give out the answer due to the factor, well, because people may not know.
No. I want to wait for Chris. Next week.
I don't have your shit saved, apparently.
Sadness.
I have 3 different versions of your token saved, one of which is the character sheets that roll on the stream.
If you need to figure it out for next week, you can just give me access to the token, and I'll just drag that out and pretend.
Yeah, one of them is... Yeah, that's fucking weird. Why did I not save that anyway? Huh. Hmm?
James, give me back my sword.
Nope.
Give it back.
Okay, you should have access now.
No.
You can't
You
make
tell
me.
that Lich to give it back.
No.
Even though I think I know where it is. I know where it is.
He had an epiphany while we were playing New World.
Did he?
Yeah.
Good for him. It's good that he finally found it out.
Finally got somewhere.
I'm proud of him.
You fuck.
I told you I'm dumb, but I'm not stupid.
You are
Well,
very dumb.
on that note, we have everyone here who's we have everyone here who's going to be here. And we don't have everyone for long, so let's go ahead and get started. For those in the chat, just as a fair warning, we have some people out and we have some in and out that's going to be happening, so this will probably not be a very intensive session, and we will probably not be making much progress. We're just going to sort the shit that hasn't been sorted for a long fucking time with all these people, so, you know, stay tuned for the drama today. But with that said, let's get a quick recap. Last week, you all made your final plunge into the memories of another, finally putting all of this behind you and taking on the creature inside Soren's mind. It was a hell of a fight with a whole lot of back and forth teleportations and throwing people and sundering time and rending space. It was a lot. It was intense. But eventually, you all came out on top. And with the spell completed, you all got to witness one last send-off, if you will, as the vision of the or the memories of the far realms dissipated around you, and you all kind of stood by and watched as Soren claimed his past for himself. And the entirety of this mental prison faded out to white. And you all wake back up on the cold stone floor in the Spellweaver's domain.
Can you make that larger?
Mm-hmm.
Yay.
Oh dear God.
Are you okay, Soren?
Oh, it's just sorry.
Wait, that's what he looks like right now?
Yes, sir.
Connor, you get real quick.
Soren? You're okay. It's you, right? As she reaches a hand forward, rests it on Soren's shoulder. You're okay now? This is... Soren?
You know, I've been thinking about this all week, and I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna say. You hear a low, like, deep breath, and as he exhales, like, almost as if his breath is cold, comes out of, like, the face. And you hear a kind of a low droning clicking noise, like, as he's about to, like, speak something, and he takes one step forward with one of his legs, and he just falls through the floor.
Soren? Soren?
You see his face trying to get help, I forgot how to move.
Nazareth's grabbing him by the arm and is trying to pull him up.
Yeah. Okay. Hold on. Wait. Okay. He pulls himself back up. All of his legs accounted for.
Are you okay? What was that? Are you... Is that... Is it trying to...
Two things. I forgot I had this many legs. And I forgot I can phase through matter. And I fell through the floor with that combination of things. This is me. This is Soren. This is how I am. I believe that it worked.
Ezra stops for a minute and just looks into Soren, looks at Soren's face and just stares at them for a bit at the weird glowing rocks that are under the hood. Oh God.
I apologize if this form is unpleasant to look at, but rest assured, it is me. I can change myself to look
Nazra
like I
just-
used to.
Nazra pulls him close and wraps him into a hug. That's all
I
I care about. Are you? It is you.
A very pointy hug.
Ow! 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 Ow!
Fine.
Ow! I'm sorry.
Soren, no, it's all right. Soren is hesitant, but what's the word?
Reciprocates.
Reciprocates. There you go. He reciprocates the hug.
Call me Noah.
Thank you, Asura. Once I've regained my strength, I should be able to make myself look more human again.
I guess
what you
that makes
talking about? He
us-
looks the same to me.
Good one, V.
Yes, very far out.
You hear something under his cloak akin to a laugh, but it's a star spawn laugh.
Nazra smiles and looks down and looks back to them and says, guess that means you and I have something else in common then. Now? Another
Yes.
form we can change into.
Fortunately, I can feel the grip that those memories had on me. No longer as strong as it used to be. I think this means it won't be looking out for me anymore. This is my in-canon way of saying that, like the dark gift is no longer in effect, I assume. However, it is exactly what we set out to do, which means I can remember everything now, including everyone that I've wronged in the past, in my past as a starspawn. An immense wave of guilt is the only way I can describe it, but I suppose it's something I'll just have to learn to live with. Thank you, all of you. I forever in all of your debts. I'm finally myself, just like I was before, but now nothing is trying to bring me back to that horrible, horrible place I used to call home. You see Friend land on one of his crystals.
Well then, Nazra turns from Soren and looks back to everyone, and kind of looks over to V and Atrim with a questioning look, or V, Atrim, and Astrid with a questioning look, and also it says, where to next? Back to Tristram to finish what we started there. He looks back to Soren, or sorry, she looks back to Soren. Or to help your friend in the the bar?
Not sure what can be done for Sora. I only got a quick glance around her tavern. It seems she's the lord of her own domain, and it is punishing her for what I do not know. There is a way to save her. I'd like to do so, but right now, nothing comes to mind.
I mean, we could always stop by. I don't think being gone for too much longer from the domain's gonna be that bad.
Very least.
Be better if we found a safe place to discuss what plans we have. If there's anything that's going to get in the way of removing all threats from, right?
As you wish. We can stay here, I believe. I don't think the Lich will be coming back anytime soon. Or we could head over to Sora's Tavern. Nothing was aggressive towards us while we were there, so I believe we'd have nothing to worry about if we popped over, took a rest from there.
I mean, the
Can
tavern
everyone
on the
hear me
edge
o-
of the world sounds
Can everyone
pretty cool.
Can everyone hear me okay?
I had to turn you up a little bit, but
Yep, I can hear you.
Oh,
Thanks.
I'd rather not have other threats blocking the path to the dragon house. We've already had one person stop us.
Astrid is asking what other threats are there.
well, I mean, last time we didn't go in and plan, our druid kind of became one with a dragon and tried to kill us for a second, so...
And I
We need
fear
some plan.
there is a vampire that was living inside Nazar's head that now knows we're poking around. As well as, I don't know what was in Jerry's head. If there's anything that could be following us.
Yeah, by the way, Metal Man, what did you see if you feel so inclined to share? If not, keep your secrets. I guess it's fine.
oh, yes, I do apologize. It was just a remembrance of my former life with my former associates. Very bloody and a little disappointing, I would say. But to answer your question, V, I don't believe there would be anybody coming for us. I've told at least Lyle before, Nazra, sorry if you're not able to remember. But I was a bounty hunter of sorts is kind of a good way to put it. And I was very, very good. But we didn't necessarily turn people in for bounties. We just killed them. And again, we were very good. But that is in the past, I think.
And maybe we should keep it there.
Yes, I agree. I have had a long road to recovery, as some would say.
Well, as you've been kind of gathering your bearings back together, standing up, kind of getting out of the spell circle, you hear a faint chime. And barely audible whispered words. Nazra, I need you to go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw.
Will do. Am I within 10 feet of Jury?
I mean, that would be up to Jury. I would presume so, because he was just talking to you.
Yeah, I'd assume we're all
He
kind of
decided to yell
together.
at you from across the room, 20 feet away.
Which
I know
Okay.
you don't really know me very well, but
The best part is Jury is not even yelling. He's just turned up the output, so he's just loud.
he still talks like this. It is just at a much higher decibel.
But yeah. Oh shit.
Yeah. You get a sudden sharp pain behind your eye. Nothing else.
She reaches up and grips her head for a moment, just
Nazra, are you okay? Kind of puts a hand on Nazra's shoulder, like trying to shake her a little bit.
That is one of the stranger things I have seen in a while. All I could think about was the Vecna chime from Stranger Things when you said that.
boo.
Nazra
Right.
just kind of blinks for a moment and yes, I think I'm fine. Just a sudden headache.
Astrid is asking how we would hunt the vampire.
Well,
There's lots of ways to hunt a vampire, but
I think she means like, where would we go? Where would we find it? Kind of thing. Like, do we have a way there?
that'd be up to Nazra.
Well, I know for a fact that Count Dedrick von Strayer, he is, from what I know of him, he is the lord of his own domain, so he cannot exactly leave his plane at will. And he would be the one. She just kind of thinks for a minute and she opens her mouth to say something, but Jury, you would recognize it immediately. It seems like she instantly stops and is frozen as she opens her mouth to say something. You instantly recognize it from that conversation you were having with Lyle. Sorry,
I know that things can get fuzzy sometimes for you, and that is okay. Do you think, with the fact that he would be sort of locked in his own realm, is it necessary for us to confront him? Or if he is stuck there, then couldn't we essentially just leave him there?
That would be the ideal, but he, being a Dark Lord, he cannot leave his domain, but that, even if he could, I don't think he would. He is the type to work through others.
Quick question: is Nazra wearing? I know the ring was given back to Nazra in like kind of dream world, but did that translate to the real world? Did we ever state that we were giving Nazar the ring back to put on them again?
Oh shit, yeah.
We gotta. Did anyone specify that the ring?
I
was
still
given
have
in
the
real
ring.
life?
Yeah, no,
All right,
no
so
one did.
Let's do that real quick. Soren,
She
Soren
stops and looks down at her hand.
Wait, hold on. Soren takes a hold of Nazar's hand and to be comforting, but he also holds it up and looks at it. There's something missing.
My ring, my mother's ring. But I thought. Wait, no, that was the dream. Where is my ring?
He pulls out the ring from her bag and places it in your other hand.
Nazareth grips it tightly for a minute and looks back and thank you, as she slips it on her finger and takes a deep breath.
Shred is asking why we should hunt this vampire at all if it can't itself operate outside of its domain.
I was right. Even if he could leave his domain, from what little I can remember, he works through others, and again, she has that moment where she kinda stops.
Okay.
As she's gets a little bit of a confused expression on her face, and she kind of closes her eyes and seems like she's trying to force something out, like to force words out of her mouth, but her body just isn't letting that happen.
Can I do a quick mind link with Narzara to see if she can think the words instead of speak them?
Oh wait, no, you wouldn't be able to.
I'm able to speak with people's minds.
I was just thinking of a spell that I have that. Nazra reaches back to her book that she carries around constantly, and she kind of clutches it close for a minute and holds it out and says, "This is my journal. It's how Lyle and I communicate, but that wasn't its original purpose. This has, or at least, it's what remains of the things that he." She kind of looks away, choking for a minute.
It's all right. When we were in your mind, we saw some of the things that he had done in the past. Do you think it's possible, since you say he operates through others?
That's what I was.
He may send some of those other experiments to come collect you, as it were.
Nazra kinda looks back to them and just stares with a little bit of fear in her eye as she kind of hunches her shoulders a little bit and makes herself a little smaller as she slowly nods and holds out the notebook and says, "What I'm trying to say is that this isn't the only research journal, as he would call it. This isn't the only research journal that he has. And the things in those other journals might... He might send those after us.
It'd be quite a problem if we
I
were...
don't know how long it would take, though. It might take quite a while for any of that to happen, though. It depends, I guess.
It's a risk, then. Saying he could send people after us. He's got other research. And the timing would be most inconvenient if we were mid-battle. Tristram, these associates, as it were, came to collect.
I do wonder if... Is he aware of what has happened? Do we know this, or could he potentially think that everything is the same?
You mean the knowing that it is me and Lyle, or knowing about, as she reaches back to the scar across her neck where the collar once was?
It's now free.
Yes. Do you think that he knows? Because we may have some time, and I do agree with you, Soren, that it would be very unfortunate to have to always watch our back. But I think we may have some time. I am not the smartest person, but that is just a guess.
I honestly, I don't know. She opens up the journal, as you see, as she opens up to a bunch of pages, it looks like a bunch of journal entries written by two different people communicating with each other, almost as if it was like the correspondences between two people sending letters. But she slowly flips back closer towards the front, and she lifts another page and holds it out and just says, this is everything that is left. And you see some of the pages are just really, really worn with age, and the ink that was on them is like worn out or peeled off. Some of the pages seem to be damaged or ripped or torn out. There's well, actually, Adam, if you would like to, I don't know if you can do that, but share the journal that I have with the party.
Yeah. Here. Labeled Vati.
Yep.
Should have popped up on. Maybe not. Just do that. There you go. Now everybody has access to it. I see London. I see France. I see Vati's underpants.
Starts changing. Should I read it out for, would everyone like to read this, or do we want to... Is there anyone who wants to look at it while the rest of us continue the conversation, or...
Shit, man, I'll do a narration if you want.
I can read it out if we're gonna read it out together. For the audience at home, it is a journal that is written in abyssal. The title on the front of the front cover of this journal seems to be very faded away or scratched off, and not legible anymore. But on the inside cover, there is one word that is legible, which is Vati, which you would recognize as the code phrase, or those of you who can read Abyssal would recognize that that is the word Vati, which is the code phrase to make Nazra and Lyle change.
How is it pronounced?
Vati.
Hmm.
So there are the first several sections of this journal seem to be are written in Abyssal. Many of the letters have faded from age, but some things are still legible. It seems to be written like a research notebook, documenting the theory, methods, and results of various experiments involving several types of monsters. There are mentions to prior experiments, but from the frequency they are mentioned, it seems as though there were the two primary monsters documented in this experiment were an Ooblex and a Succubus. Emphasis seems to be placed on the Ooblex's mind-stealing abilities and the Succubus's charming and transformation abilities. However, not enough of these notes survive to even comprehend the nature of these experiments, much less recreate them. One thing does survive, however, a list of experiments and their results. Experiment 5, failure. Subject 5 terminated. Experiment 6, failure. Experiment 7, partial success. 7.1, failure. 8, partial success. 9, failure. 9.1, failure. 9.2, failure. 9.3, partial success. 9.4, partial success. 9.5, failure. Subject 9 terminated. Later revived. Returned to storage for further research. The notes seem to go on further, discussing and explaining their results, but the only parts that seem to still survive enough to comprehend are talking about failures, and the experiments are far too ambitious for their current techniques, and that the project will be shelved. There's further notes past this, some much newer notes. There is reference to a collar implanted within the head of Subject 9, and through the language used in this section also includes mentions of biological attachments and enchantments that implores that it's more than just a physical collar. There is then reference to Subject 9's turnover to someone named Kitagash as a reward. But after this note, all the research notes end, and it turns into that flowing kind of correspondences between two girls, Nazra and Lyle, describing their various adventures and things they have done. The section, just to clarify, the section written by Nazra and Lyle are written in common, and everyone can read those.
Nazra, how did you come into possession of this notebook?
It was given to my mother when I first met her, and when Lyle was turned over to my mother as a gift, a reward, or something like that. I don't fully know the circumstances myself, but it was then that the notebook was given to her, probably to help her understand whatever the heck I am and the things that I can, the things that they did and what I might be able to do. But she gave it to me, and that's when I made it my journal, or our journal, Lyle and I, to remember what we had done, things that happened to us. I haven't looked at this section. I didn't know why before, but my sister and mother always told me not to look there. But I see now why.
See. It's Is there any reason to believe Daedric has stopped his experiments? Still continuing.
Nazra opens her mouth to say something, but seems to freeze again, and kind of shakes her head in confusion, a mix between confusion and frustration, as she thinks for a minute and says, sorry, well, if you were creating things that were supposed to help you, to make you more powerful, to aid you in the things you do in life, would you ever stop creating these things?
Not until I knew it was perfect. That's the thing about perfect. Nothing ever is. I don't think Daedric would have ever stopped.
I don't know if he would have continued this, as she points to the notes, but I know he would have. She freezes again.
It would seem that Daedric still has some sort of hold over Nazra.
I don't know what it is. I every time I try and say.
Doesn't have to be an actual hold that he still has over you. It could be some form of conditioning. Could be trauma. Could be anything, really. Just to confirm though, like if I mind link with you, you're still not able to communicate it?
Actually, that's a curious thing. That's
My thing is called Awakened Mind. It allows me to read the thoughts of any creature within a number of feet of me equal to 10 times my level.
I actually have a question. Have you all ever mind melded before?
Hey,
Like-
yo.
As in, like, me use the ability?
No, have you ever mind melded with Nasra specifically?
I honestly can't remember if I can or have or haven't.
Okay. Only
Nothing
one way to
sticks
find out.
Nothing sticks out in my mind.
Yeah, I don't think you ever have. So only one way to find out what the limitations of that would be. However, you all hear the chime again. Slightly louder this time. Let me get some perception check.
Percepciones.
There it is.
I love the perception check you've chosen to roll, Connor. You already know. I respect it.
Oh yeah.
No, you're absolute. That is the perfect thing to roll. You're good there.
I know.
So you hear the chime slightly louder, and specifically Atrum, which is unsurprising because your passive would have already picked this up.
Yeah.
But Atrum, Nasra, and Astrid. You all hear faintly whispered underneath the sound of the chime a word that you all recognize now as you've heard it one too many times. The word Vati. And Nasra, you still you hear it, but you manage to hold on to yourself, and that pain behind your eye just grows ever more intense.
She kind of holds her temples and presses them.
Does it seem to have a source, or is it just like an ever-present thing that we're hearing?
Actually, it does. As Carter had kind of along with the rest of you, been passing the notebook around and looking into things, he kind of looks at you, looks at the spell circle, looks at you, watches you grab your eye, and you see that light bulb flick moment where he runs over, grabs the collar out of the center of the circle, turns, and just throws it as far down the hallway as he can. And then he walks over and grabs you on either side of your face and looks deeply into your eyes. And I also need I don't have a real character sheet here for him. Medicine is a wisdom, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. He kind of starts looking back and forth over your face. There is something more to this that we are not seeing.
What about that mind link? So there was only one way to...
Yeah, there's only one way to find out if you'd like to try it.
Just gonna try that real quick. Nazra, I need you to try and say what you were saying before, but then you couldn't, but just think it.
Do you say you're going to mind link?
Yes, I say I'm going to try to read your mind.
Okay. In that case,
He dies. Sorry, they die.
I can wait. Hold on.
You can make exceptions.
Would he be able to?
Right?
Well,
I can make exceptions for talking.
You can make exceptions for the ring. There's something else that actually occurs here.
Okay.
As you reach out mentally and you kind of send your mind out, feel everyone around you. You lock in on Nasra. Can I get an intelligence save, please?
Oh boy.
Oh shit.
Can't believe Soren's dead.
Can I take the aura from Jury?
I mean, if y'all are still all standing together talking.
There's no reason we wouldn't be.
Jerry's just slowly scooting away.
So, a couple things happen in very rapid succession. Sorry, Nasra, if I could get a intelligence save from you as well.
Oh, okay. Still within Jury's range?
Mhm.
Ah.
Okay. A couple things happen in very rapid succession. You reach out, you feel Nasra's mind, and you feel another presence. Something else there. At that same instant, you feel like as you try to merge telepathically with her, you feel this heavy impact, like a psionic burst, push back against you. You manage to kind of recoil into your mind before it takes effect, and you're fine.
Psychic damage by any chance?
It is.
Aha! Cut it in half, please.
You don't take any.
Oh boy, never mind then.
You manage to recoil into your mind back to safety before it actually impacts you. However, Nasra is immediately just kind of, her face drops and she goes catatonic. Nasra, you take 18 points of psychic.
Oh, okay.
Eh.
Ow.
Experiment failed successfully. Nasra, I'm sorry. I didn't.
I'm catatonic, right? I didn't.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you are.
Okay.
That
You
doesn't
are
mean he's
stunned.
still not saying it. Oh, Nasra. Oh shit. Oh, this is horrible. I don't know why I fell into a weird G.I. Joe voice now.
We gotta get Cobra. We gotta go kill Cobra.
Cobra.
Joes assemble.
See, with a 24, Carter had started to figure it out.
It's a Duke
I'm gonna
Nukem
roll this
meme,
one more time.
but it's a star spawn.
See if that was enough for him. If your sheet would pull up, sir.
Carter? That might be because I have it open.
Is this
Ah.
thing fully pertaining to arcane, or would it have to do with religion as well? Perchance.
No, this would be an arcane.
Oh,
Let's just
interesting.
do that. Nope. No clue.
Can I make an Arcana check on that since I experienced it?
Sure.
Yeah, so like I know you're really smart with magic, but I feel like throwing the collar down the hallway isn't gonna like get rid of it forever. I feel like maybe we should do something.
I'm gonna add this to it because there's no reason for me not to. Take off advantage.
Okay.
Oh shit.
So judging from what you read in the journal, in that there was some biological adaptations made as well as external, and you just witnessed Carter. Correct. You just witnessed Carter figure out that the collar was part of it. And now you're starting to get a pretty solid inkling of what the biological adaptation is, because there are very, very few creatures that can do what just happened to you. And to your knowledge, only one of them has the means of implanting themselves in another individual's brain.
What's that creature?
Illicit.
Why do you do this?
I didn't do anything.
Oh,
I
that's
did
why I said
nothing.
Connor.
Soren's just kind of like he kind of like whispers that in Carter's, or he kind of like tells that to Carter.
Oh
like,
no, broken emote.
So where do Illithid come from? Are they like a dark underdark?
Well, actually, they don't know where they're from.
They're your cousins.
Yeah, they're
Oh,
your
no.
cousins.
Ah, shit, Jerry, not again.
If anybody should know where they come from.
God damn it! I just kind of look at Carter. It's like, yeah, this is one of my compatriots. That would be an Illithid trait. That is preventing me from reading Nasra's mind right now. Nasty bit of stuff, that is. Give him credit though. That actually is kind of impressive that he managed. You know what? No, Soren, stop. Now's not the time to admire arcane handiwork.
As Atrum says, something along the lines of, I don't think throwing the collar down the hall is going to completely like get rid of the problem. The jury walks over there and tries to smash it with his hammer.
Respectable.
Hammer.
Yes.
Hammer time.
Hammer time.
So it's already been broken. Go ahead and make an attack, and let's see just how badly you shatter it.
Can we get like that scene from like Office Space where they take the computer out back and just start going to town on it?
Oh, perfect.
Oh hell yes.
I took advantage because it's technically prone, so I assume
It's prone. Collar.
It's an inanimate object. I'm okay with that.
and he'd probably realistically knowing I was about to say knowing that it's like
smite it.
Knowing that it's magical, he would in fact do that.
Hell yeah.
So that would be, because technically on the first one, so that's going to be an extra 17.
So you've all seen the videos of those hydraulic presses.
45.
Where like you can see the pressure going downwards, and the thing like bends and molds and crushes, and then suddenly the pressure is too great and it just like shatters outwards in like fragments. It's basically that in extremely sped up time as the hammer comes down and starts like smashing it into the ground, and then immediately the radiant energy blasts out and it's just fragments of metal going in all directions.
Oh, that is a beautiful image.
Saying that to Carter and hearing that behind me, just say thank you, Jerry.
That'll do it.
Oh, yes, you're quite welcome.
Does Nezra wake up?
Yeah, after a minute. But, yeah.
Nazra, I'm sorry. I didn't know that would happen. I should have felt I should have felt the handiwork of one of my compatriots from the far realms. I didn't know that would happen.
No, it's not your fault. What was that?
You seem to have some illithid parts contained within you after the experimentation. I don't think anyone can ever really read your mind. At least not without being extremely powerful while doing so. If you need an explanation as to what an illithid is, Soren will tell
Hell
you.
yeah, Ashton. Carter, as you say that, like snaps upwards. Of course. And he runs over and he starts pulling books off the shelves and like flipping through them furiously.
Oh my god,
and you hear him like start
goes again.
starts like muttering under his breath, and he's like,
I'm gonna slap him.
Metamorphosis usually only takes about a week, but you've been dealing with it for quite some time now. There's only a few ways that one could stop the gestation period, and
you really are a person only Quark could love.
And he's like turns around. You know, I'm going to say I appreciate that. I think it was not meant as that, but I'll take that. They can't stop the gestation period. Ceremorphosis should still be in effect. However, they could essentially neuter it.
Common, Carter. I need you to speak common.
Okay. Illicit tadpoles. The mind flayers.
Yes, the things in the tubes from the Underdark.
Yes, they reproduce through a process called ceremorphosis.
Oh my god. Birds and the bees from the far realms. Alright, let's go.
Terrifying, right? So they have these tadpoles that swim in brine, and then they will they'll enter a subject's eye. Have you been experiencing any headaches or sharp pains behind your eye or anything like that? What am I asking? I literally just saw you. Sorry. Sorry. Okay.
I think you mentioned I've had a rash.
Nazra, I will say, Nazra is completely frozen again, but she is not. It is clearly she is completely frozen in fear as her eyes are wide, like a, like she's just like staring, like what?
You're
like
nailing the
like
magic
what?
apple.
I even knew that.
She's not
I'm
processing.
Super jealous. I'm super jealous. Like I love doing that, and Adam's getting to do it right now.
So here's the thing. Whatever experimentation or protective devices that they placed on you most likely resided in the collar, and that was what was stopping the ceremorphosis process.
No, we gotta. Oh god, we gotta get it
So,
out.
so here's the thing. That usually takes about 2 weeks. It's going to start off with fevers and fatigue, and then it will progressively get much worse very quickly.
Get to the part where you save her.
Oh, that is not within my wheelhouse. So I don't actually know how to do that.
I am holding him myself back from like grabbing him by like the collar to he's just like, I know we just saved you, but I will throw you against that wall over there.
Look, information is power. Okay, now you know what's going on. You can find a way to fix her. I would venture to say, given how many experiments that this Count made, he must have had some kind of process in place. You see, test subjects that turn into mind flayers are no longer useful. He must have found a way to reverse the process. But I have no idea what that would be.
You're saying we have to go to Dommy Daddy's castle to find out how to reverse this.
Well, look, I'm not saying it has to be now. That you have probably about 2 weeks, depending on whether they stopped the process or slowed it. And I mean, if you're not experiencing any symptoms, then you probably have the full 2 weeks. But I would say make it a priority.
Time
and I mean,
differently in the Shadowfell.
Well, yes, but time works the same inside of a body. Notably, your friend Atrim here is in fact only, I think you said it was like 3 weeks or something, older than he was when he left his homeworld, and not the, I believe you said 12 years older than. So time within the body stays stable.
Fair enough.
Now, he did say he was going to be sending people after you, correct?
Yes.
So, I mean, 2 birds, 1 stone. But do be aware, if there is a tadpole in her mind, she'll be very limited on what's allowed. Usually something like that will have been... again, usually it's connected to an Elderbrain and not to a vampire, but I imagine he would have maintained some of the standard protocols of... once infected, the Elderbrain will not allow certain things to be revealed, such as their hive and things of that nature, so she's probably a bit limited on what she's able to say or do. But she's fought it this long, so maybe he limited it more than a normal Elderbrain would. Oh god, please no, don't smash my head with a hammer!
Don't worry, I'm trying to save you over here.
But
all of this like super fancy smart talk, and on the other side is just Jury inching closer with a hammer.
I mean, we could just lose her head. It worked well for me.
Oh no.
No.
Oh no, we have a working example. Oh god.
I'm not saying that it's not a solution, but it is an accurate problem solved.
You're not wrong.
No. Okay, so we need to find this guy who did experiments and maybe he can help us.
Oh, I think he's very unlikely to be helping you.
I mean, yeah, but
sure
they have something that can.
Are we sure Lavinia doesn't have any way of reversing this?
That was option number 2.
I don't know who Lavinia is.
Oh,
yeah. she's Dommy Mommy, completely separate.
Actually, that is probably our best option. You said that she is rather experimental on bodies, right? I mean, that would make sense.
Usually not very good experiments, but I mean, she might be able to at least tell us what to do.
Carter's like looking back and forth. What the hell is going on with vampires here?
Just come with me.
I mean, your friend from the tavern doesn't know anything about this, does she? I feel like if anyone knows, it's probably wizards, and you seem to know a lot of them.
We can stop by Sora's on the way to Lavinia's domain.
And, like, just throwing it out there, Carter, your lover on the material plane, he doesn't know anything about this, does he?
Yeah, I'll send a message.
So,
Yeah.
don't worry about it. I'm going to stay here for a while. There's an immense amount of knowledge to be gained here.
You're gonna stay in the domain that you were trapped in with the Lich that is currently fighting the thing that controls the domain after we just got you back?
He just kind of like looks over his shoulder, waves a hand at the rows upon rows upon rows of arcane text written by a fucking lich.
Now's not the time to get a knowledge boner, Carter.
Wait, that's a good question. Would her dying kill the bug? Would we know that?
The bug would probably be like, ooh, I don't have to fight anymore.
Well, so yes, generally it would. Well, it won't die, but it will eject itself. And then you'd be able to kill it, probably fairly easily. But then you have a dead person on your hands.
Is there any other way to eject the bug, or
Again,
water from the...
I don't know. But to answer your question, this is precisely the correct time to get a knowledge boner. There's literally no better available source for knowledge. So I'm going to gather as much of it as I can, and then I'm going to try and find a way home. Once I've found something, I'll come back, and I'll let you all know what I've got. Because at the moment, my only possible solution is a plane shift, and that's very limited on who gets to come with. So I'm going to try and find a better solution.
Just don't get yourself killed.
Well, I've learned now.
Oh,
Go out into the night on your own. Nothing here is going to kill me.
Atrum, is your deal with the Lich, like, infinite, like, he's just not allowed to hurt us?
we really only specified leaving, but I mean, he can't really leave unless someone lets him, so for the most part.
Sign your name in my book. I'll be able to talk to you. As long as you're not... I'm keeping tabs on you. I'm not just leaving you here by yourself. He kind of shoves his tome in Carter's hands.
I think I should mention at this point, out loud. I've been typing it in chat, but Nazra is just kind of going through another existential crisis right now. She is head in her hands, her eyes are wide, she's starting to hyperventilate.
I'm gonna try to comfort Nazra. Don't know how, but I'm gonna. Does Carter sign his name in my book?
Yeah.
Okay, just check it.
I thought that I thought that was all it. But now,
Nazra, it's gonna be all right. It's gonna be all right. Listen, we're gonna get this fixed. We know so many powerful people. I'm gonna send a letter to my brother, the material plane, see if he can figure anything out from his friends. Carter's gonna do all of his research here. We're gonna visit Sora. We're gonna visit Lavinia, and if worse comes to worse, we're gonna go knock down that Daedric guy's doorstep, and we're gonna find a way to fix you. Because I'm not gonna let this be the next thing that happens to you.
Soren clearly not comfortable with like saying like let you die.
Nazra looks up to them and just says, kind of stares at him for a moment and hugs him. And, seems to be grounding her, trying to ground herself a little bit. And thank you. Thank you.
Thank me when this is all over. We'll go find Sora after all this and figure out how to save her. I'll buy you a drink at her tavern. Well, let's go. We don't have time to lose.
Right. So, who is, this Lavinia? I don't think I met her. Lyle was probably fronting when she was, well, when you met her.
Sora, do you remember John?
Yes, I remember Lyle saying something about, him having to leave.
Yeah. We went to the domain. Correct me if I'm wrong on this. We went to the domain where his wife was from. And we met her mother. Her mother was Lavinia. She was informed of her daughter's passing. There were heated words, but we were let go. We don't know where John is right now. Lavinia is also a vampire who also performs a series. It's sounding a little awkward as he starts to say this. It's like, he is also a vampire who is incredibly strong and the lord of her domain and performs experiments on, she's a really good person to ask on this, considering all the parallels. Okay, I can see Nazra starting to hyperventilate again, and I'm just gonna hug her again, as she starts hyperventilating again. Don't worry. We're gonna go visit.
Wonder, leaning over to Astrid, I wonder when Soren's going to realize that hugging Nazra right now in that form might not be so helpful.
He pulls back and Nazra's stabbed in 6 places.
Ow, 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 ow.
Takes 13 points
of
piercing damage.
I got a fun fact. As Soren relaxes as he hugs Nazra for the 3rd time this session, he gets so relaxed that you actually notice the crystals that are growing on him that should be jabbing into Nazra in an uncomfortable way seem to phase into Nazra in such a way that it doesn't really disturb them. There you go. No stabby stab.
Okay. You... She looks to Soren and looks to the rest of the party and says, You all trust this Lavinia?
Yes.
The mother of Scarlet, right?
I mean, she's worth a shot.
We have no time to waste then. We must go consult Sora, and then we'll go to the forest domain. We'll learn.
Wait. Vampire woman. Wait, is it the same woman we saw trying to take V's? She looks over to V and stops herself.
I mean, yeah, she's the same person.
Then how was she there then? You say she is the lord of a domain as well.
It was... She wasn't supposed to be there. not really a good way to explain it, honestly.
Fucking shit, Atro.
But I mean, like, physically, she wasn't supposed to be there. Metaphysically, yeah, she was there. I asked her to show up. Yeah, go into all that some other time, but. Yeah, physically, he kind of pulled her there, which wasn't supposed to happen.
Carter just starts looking back and forth between all of you.
Carter, real quick.
Carter, keep fucking looking at me like that.
Carter, before we leave, Sora's trapped in her domain, endlessly serving people that never seem to be satisfied. A sort of metaphor for her actual life. But there was something off about her domain when we traveled there. It felt weak, like it was something I felt before, the edges of the far realm when I traveled between there and material plane. I think her domain sits very closely to the edge of the Shadowfell. If you come across anything in your research that could help us free her from her prison, as it were, please send a message to me.
If anything that Bork said about her is true, I can only imagine what kind of fuckery she has ensued.
Just keep in mind, magic doesn't work in her domain. Everything magical turns mundane. Spells do not work. Perhaps there's a way to use that against the logic of the Shadowfell in and of itself.
That was how they got her then. Okay. Yeah, I'll look into it. We'll see what we can figure out. If I could, I know you all don't know me very well, but in the 9 hours that we've been together, you all have just casually mentioned some of the most fucked up shit I've heard in a long time. And I literally just had to send the lot of you into another one's brain to unfuck their shit. From the things that I'm hearing, this is quite probably the first and, from what it sounds like, possibly the last time you're going to be in a safe place where you're not going to be getting jumped by things. Perhaps now is the time to fix your shit. Just throwing it out there.
What do you mean, fix your shit?
Looks around at everyone.
My shit's
See.
fine.
Yeah, well, your shit's fine now. You're welcome.
God
We have someone who has no clue what is going on right now. We have someone who is
working on it.
not you buffoon.
No, I know, I'm trying to explain to her.
However, speaking of the buffoon, we have someone who is clearly hiding some kind of relationship with a powerful being. We have
Clearly.
a fucking dead person who apparently wants to murder her brother. You all have a lot of things going on. What the fuck?
Fine, we'll have family bonding time. Are you happy, Carter?
Is this really the time, though? Like, you just kind of told us that something bad's gonna happen in, like, 2 weeks, like...
I look at Atrum.
Do you think it's going to take 2 weeks to talk through your problem?
Oh, you don't know us very well.
I look at Atrum. He does make a good point. Every time we seem to stop to start talking about things, you seem to have a catchphrase to, what was it? Put a pin in it, as it were.
Darling, I don't think you have a problem. I think you just don't understand everything that's going on around you, and that's somewhat dangerous sometimes. Look, I spent a lot of time with groups of people, teams. I watched as Quark and his whole group. Look, when you can't trust each other and you don't actually know what's going on, put yourselves in more danger. For example, You're going into the heart of a vampire's lair. Clearly a vampire who does some sort of experimentations and fuckery. Do you have any idea what he's capable of? Or what kind of creatures you'll be running into there? Or do you have the means to predict and prevent that from happening? Do you have daylight or holy water or anything of that nature? Do you, and he looks at you, Atrim, do you feel confident that you're not going to get stabbed in the back? He looks over at V. Do you feel confident that you're fully capable of going into battle? Apparently sans your weapon. You're putting yourselves in more danger by not understanding everything going on around you.
Well, I do have, I can cast daylight, and we do have special, the special water from a spring that Astrid, that Astrid took us to, where I think it would work as holy water.
Kind of
smiles
a bit.
2 out of 478 problems solved.
Nicely. Please don't take this as me belittling it. That's excellent. It's always good to have preparation like that. It's very nice to see that at least one of you has taken the time to predict and prevent and prepare. Well done. Now, I'm going to get my knowledge boner on, as you've called it. And he just turns around and, like, the almost very haughty, like, grabs the front of his robes and straightens everything out and just spins on a heel, grabs a bunch of books off the shelf and walks off.
Oh, I fucking hate that guy.
I know. But he's got a point.
He is a bit of a cuck, so to say.
Why did it take me coming to the Shadowfell to finally find people that can see him the way I do?
God.
Ashton, please. No.
No one explain.
Jury looks down, realizing that there's nothing there. Well.
You see Soren kind of, I'd say kneel down, but it's kind of like a little bit more complicated than that. He kind of like lifts his cloak slightly, and you see like all the legs bend? Question mark?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Stop. This is everything. Thank you so much. This is everything I wanted it to be. And he kind of like takes out his tome and he starts like writing a couple of things that have already been said down. Let's make a plan. Nazra said you could cast daylight. Is that daylight functional for the purpose of, being daylight?
Yes. I did it at the pool where the shadow dragon.
Can I get confirmation from the DM, like, the daylight did seem to affect the dragon for the purposes of the light being daylight?
Yeah, it's a daylight spell.
I don't know. No, I've heard a lot of contention about whether the daylight spell counts as, like, daylight for the purposes of, like...
It's literally that's the whole purpose of the fucking spell, is that it counts as daylight.
Stop yelling at me!
It's not... So, okay. It's not actual daylight. That is fair.
Okay.
But I believe
it counts as daylight for the purposes of anything that interacts with daylight.
I'll have to double check, but I believe it. Oh, it doesn't?
Yeah, I think Chris is right. Chris is right. That's why I'm asking, because daylight is misleading. It's called daylight, but it doesn't count as daylight for the purposes of affecting creatures that have things that are affected by daylight.
Just a bright light.
Oh my god, you're kidding.
No, I'm not. That's why I brought it
rules
up.
Rules fucking hell.
Yeah.
Rules as written, that is bullshit.
Dawn spell.
Listen, I'm not trying to metagame, but the reason I bring it up is because someone mentioned something to me the other day that like kind of stuck in my...
Exactly.
Yeah, it kind of stuck in my...
You know what it was? And you know what it was? Is, Dawn is a fucking spell they added after Daylight. So, Daylight was originally supposed to be the actual Daylight casting spell, but then they added Dawn, which fucking had the actual specification, which means now specific is
But I
Wait,
will
Dawn?
say, I will
No, I
say
don't though. It's
also,
5th level. I don't have access to it because it's. Oh wait, I just got my 5th level slots.
We all
That's right.
just got 5th level
Wah,
spots.
wah.
Shit.
Connor.
Okay,
Wah,
we're
I
good.
will
wah.
I'm
say
sorry.
also though, to like before we get too far into this, remember that all of us think that daylight works because it worked on the
Well,
Shadow Dragon.
Well, no, hold on.
That
No,
is
I'm
that
not
is the
saying-
one thing I would say with spell casting specifically. I
Can
don't
I finish my
consider.
thing from
Oh,
earlier?
yep.
I'm sorry. I think it might be relevant here because what I was saying was someone said something the other day that like stuck with me, which is depending on the universe that you're playing in, like we all out of game and in game sometimes just kind of default to referring to a spell as its given name in the player's handbook. But if you think about it in like the realm of the universe, someone like a wizard is really the only person that might know what the technical name of the spell is. Everyone else might just know what the spell does, but have their own name for it or what it does for them. So the fact that this is called daylight might not even like, you know, ring in our heads or anything like that, because for all we know, Nazra doesn't even say I'm casting daylight when they do it in game
Yeah,
or anything like that.
for sure.
So-
Completely agree. And not saying that you wouldn't understand that you can now like do something better. I was just stating the fact that like in as far as we know so far she's been able to do it, so there's no reason for us to assume that going forward she wouldn't be able to do the same thing. That's all I'm trying to get at.
The one thing I would put towards that, and this might just be a me thing, I firmly believe that if you are a spellcaster, you understand your spells inside and out. Whether or not you know the name of them is whatever, but you understand their effects. So like
So Nazra
Nazra at least would know that it doesn't count as sunlight, which I still
Okay.
think is fucking stupid.
No, same.
Yeah.
So I would say, yeah, if you have access to Dawn, if you're able to cast it, then you would understand the difference. The rest of you that are not able to cast it, you're 100% on, Jury. Like the rest of you would have no fucking clue. But
So
Well,
basically, it. Oh my god, I have my. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna save my personal issues with the fact with the daylight bullshit.
Save it for the podcast
For later.
afterwards.
I'll save it for afterwards, but. Oh
You're
god,
just
that's
mad that you can't take a 5th level damaging spell, and now you have to take an actual support
No, I can take
spell.
a
Let's
5th
be
level.
real.
We're level. We just got level 9 though. So I do have that spell.
to be fair, he can
I
take
would
Dawn
love-
and then just
So-
not take it later.
I was going to say, I would
Clerics are
love to be
broken.
a fly on the wall whenever you have to actually cast that spell, and like you're just hovering. I'm just like, I don't want to burn this spell slot, but I have to support the team, and I don't want to do it.
So in game, like you know, this is why Soren is sitting down with his notebook out. He kind of looks at Nazra and says, "You can cast a spell that creates daylight. Correct? I saw you use it against the dragon in the previous domain. Is that something you'd be able to bring into the realm where we will face Daedric?" And assuming you would correct me on this.
Yes. That spell, I'm not sure if it would work, but I now know a new spell that might.
Well, I think what Adam's saying is you would know it doesn't count as sunlight because you know your spells inside and out.
I know, but
Oh, yeah, fair enough.
I'm role-playing here.
Sorry. Okay, so you see him kind of scribble that down in his tome. He could then kind of like looks at Jury. You, Jury, are able to attack the undead creatures and cast spells that make your attacks very effective against them, correct?
Oh, yes, I'm typically quite effective.
There's something else. Something that could be of use to me, but I feel would be of even more use to you. He kind of takes out... I told this to David yesterday, and I kind of stand by it. He takes out Sora's brooch, kind of like turns it in his hand. I saw what happened to you in the mindscape far realm. You can already move at incredible speeds, but
I believe this would be most advantageous to you in the days to come. Simply activate it however you prefer to use your magical items, and you'll find yourself able to move twice as fast as you could before, around 10 minutes or so.
There's a very mechanical sigh. Yes, that was rather frustrating. But thank you. This will help, I do believe. And he'll clip the brooch like on his like neck garb that he has like as part of his hooded cape, and he'll like clip it onto that.
Now, there's much discussion around the water from the lands of Rurik. Let's take a head count. Who has... I just want to be aware of how much each of us have. Its restorative properties could be most advantageous, as well as the property that I believe Astrid and Nasra uncovered for us, that in any form it takes, it counts as running water.
Oh shoot, I don't remember which orchid Oh no, Sora was not an orchid. Sora was potential life partner to Hogarth. But then something happened and they were like, nah. Probably Hogarth doubling down on his entire experimentation thing.
You know, I appreciate how kindly you put that.
How would you have put it?
Potential life partner translates to fuck buddy.
They were very adventurous together. Let's just leave it at that. So how much? So Soren is asking everyone how much of the divine water they have. I believe I have 5. I think. Check.
And remember,
oh my bad. I have 7. I have 7 blessed spring water.
Jesus. I have 2.
Yes, because I have
I don't think I
all
took
of the
any.
health potions and I use them. So I have.
Oh wait, no, we said that we all filled up like water skins and stuff.
Yeah,
so whatever
I have
water
2
skin
water
would
skins.
be. I don't know.
I have 2 water skins filled.
So Astrid is asking, what is the plan when we go home? Kill dragon, go back to order. That is on.
I believe the lands of Rurik are going to be awaiting for a spell as we traverse the domains and get ready to face Daedric von...
What's the full name? Daedric von... what?
Daedric von Strayer.
Daedric von Bitchface, got it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think, and I might be wrong here, but I don't think Astrid is asking what is the plan right now. I think she's asking Atrim, what is the long-term plan?
Oh, sorry, I didn't see the hey Atrim. Sorry, my bad.
So Atrim, what's the plan?
Are you speaking or typing?
I mean, he can hear us.
That's true.
Say it aloud for all the people in the back.
Well, so that's a little complicated at the moment, and I guess it'll kind of, in our little share circle we have here, I don't really know. I don't know what, because I mean, the order, both mine and yours, are kind of not around anymore, but I might kind of be a little bit. I might have kind of done a thing, and they might be alive. But what shape they will be in when they come back, I'm not too sure. I've kept constant updates, but it's difficult work. For Lavinia, she's helping me and I'm helping her, kind of. But, I mean, after we take care of all of it, I mean, I don't know. The Order's all that's really been there for my whole life, but it also kind of wasn't something that I wanted. But I mean, I don't really know right now. We've also got to survive the dragons and all that.
As time rewinds, the me that's not me comes around. Am I a child?
So we actually had a pretty in-depth conversation about that at one point.
Did indeed.
And that's going to depend on how you guys approach this. There is a possibility that yes, that will happen. There's also a possibility that it will not happen. It's going to depend on how you all act while you're there. Or not how you act, but how you decide to end things while you're there. I will also throw out there, just as a small note, for those that were taking account of their water, don't forget the additional effects that it has. Not only is it running water, but it is also, I believe, I gotta go back through
It's a greater restoration.
yeah.
And it counts as holy water.
Yep.
I just want to go back through and find the exact wording that I used for it. Here we are. This is not standard D&D homebrew verbiage, but it gets the point across. The container will always be running. It is a greater restoration, and yeah, counts as holy water. Those are effects that also apply to it. It works very well as vampire grenades, but also a handy little thing to keep some around.
So we've counted up how much. Oh, so just in game, I know it was a little messy to keep track of. I have 7 uses and a water skin full of the holy water. What does everyone? 7 like flasks, like potion bottles. What does everyone else have?
2 water skins.
Guys.
Jinx.
4.
So, Atrum, what do you have?
Potion bottle. How many uses would that be?
Atrum.
Ah.
What do you have?
2.
2 water skins?
Yeah.
And each water skin counts the same. It essentially contains the same as a potion bottle.
Okay.
Okay.
So total, we have 2 water skins. Nazra, how much do you have?
2.
2 water skins. I have 7 potion bottles and 1 water skin. Jury said he didn't take any.
No, I have 1. I have 1 water skin.
Jury's got 1 water skin.
I believe V is the same because
one
her and I both specified, well, I can't use the water in here, so might as well put it in here.
What about Astrid?
What have you motherfuckers been drinking?
They don't
He doesn't have a head, and I'm a
No,
robot.
not you. The rest of you who filled up your water skins.
That's
Nazra,
a good
Atrum,
question.
Astrid. What the fuck have you guys been doing? Okay, so Astrid's good.
So Astrid didn't take any.
So
I
what I'm hearing.
Have...
Oh,
hold on,
wait, sorry. I filled up 5.
Oh my god.
I also have this
lots of exhaustion about to go around.
Yeah, what I'm hearing is I need to be rolling up a lot of exhaustion.
Joke's on you. I already have 1 level.
Literally,
Yeah,
like
you-
any of us just have mugs. I can just fill that up.
Mm-hmm. The water fixes it. Yeah, so does normal water.
That's pretty funny, actually. That's pretty
Well
good.
played, Chris. Well
That's
played.
pretty good. I like that. Astrid's just like, you guys don't need water anymore.
You know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of your freaking one-shot character, Adam, where you're just chugging health potions like it's Gatorade. And you're
Like it's
wait,
Gatorade.
Wait, that's a health potion? I thought it was Gatorade. I thought it was like an energy drink, dude.
That was from like
Look,
Strixhaven
man.
Module. That was from the
Look,
Strixhaven
man.
Module. That was from
He was there on a sports scholarship, and they were gonna sponsor him one day, man. All he had to do was keep fucking putting it out there, and it was gonna happen.
Oh my god. Okay.
So what I have written down right now is 5, 7, 8, 9,
It
10.
was great.
We have 10 water skins and 7 potion bottles.
So
we have
17.
17 uses of the divine water. He writes that down in his notebook. Moving on, Nasra and V and anyone else who has any knowledge. What are the known weaknesses of common or powerful vampire that we can exploit or look to use against Daedric?
Let's get some Arcana check.
Ask them, not the fucking monster hunter. That's fine. I see how it is.
The monster hunter who specializes in undead, no less.
I said, and anyone else.
Yeah, for anybody proficient in it, let's get some Arcana check.
This is about undead.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Arcana or what?
Arcana.
Just
If
Arcana.
you're proficient in it.
I am not proficient, so I cannot make the check.
Astrid has some advice for you, by the way.
Water fixes it. Water Nazareth, see if it fixes bug. I thought about that, but yeah, let's check that real quick. Well, we would use one of our uses, but I think it's worth it.
Well, hold on. Let's wait for your checks, because your checks might reveal something.
True. Well, my
Oh,
check,
yeah.
I think my check from earlier with your head would. Oh God, Astrid.
Her ears just perk up for once. She's like, "Wait, I know this."
So, Atrum, vampires pretty consistently, running water, daylight, all the like cliche stuff that everybody hears about, running water, daylight, can't come in unless they're invited, stuff like that. Sure. But the real weaknesses aren't those. Those are superficial at best. The vampire's true weakness is when it is killed, it doesn't actually die, even if you cut its head off. It reverts back into a mist. That mist will then attempt to flee. It'll go back to its designated resting place. Usually, because vampires are very dramatic bitches, usually that resting place is a coffin. At which point it's going to basically try to recover. So it recovers a small amount of HP over a very extended amount of time, like a couple hours. And then once it's brought itself back from the brink of death, then it starts regenerating back at its natural pace. So when you kill a vampire, you have to go find it and do it again.
It's mist. Is it in? Is it in? Like, as soon as it dies, it's just gone, or is it the mist itself actually has to leave and flee?
The mist itself has to flee.
However, them bitches are fast, aren't they?
Bitches are fast.
Them bitches are fast. I share this knowledge with the party. That, hey, water skins are kind of bullshit, just like a little bit. I mean, not for what they're supposed to do, but we can't just, throw them on the vampire and they'll die.
There. Good to know. We need to discover where Daedric, where his proper burial place resides, that we can journey there after, defeating him and ensure that the job is done.
Yeah, or we just, stop him in his little misty form and kill that.
I'm unsure. But remember the rules of the domains of dread. We murder him, we may get sucked into a reset of the domain or pushed out of it entirely. And our aim isn't to kill Daedric. Our aim is to recover the information that will help us save Nasra.
I mean, maybe kill him in the process because he's a fucking dick, but sure.
Well,
That's true.
These clearly aren't complete, but well, she looks to Soren and oh god, why am I blanking? Carter, and
Oh, Carter pieced the
if
fuck out.
Yeah,
oh he pieced
fucked
out.
up.
Oh, okay,
He's
shit.
gone.
Well, then
he's
she
in a
looks to
knowledge bonus
Soren
stupid.
and it's good. Well, you're a researcher of sorts. If you were lending something to someone else, would you, and you were giving them some of your notes, would you not keep a copy of the notes for yourself?
It's very funny.
Would
that
it be
you mention
possible that he could have another set of notes that is more complete, that answers all the questions we are looking for?
Azra. Does experiments, you say? He probably has entire libraries filled with journals. It's just a matter of locating the one with the knowledge we seek. Or perhaps the one that contains the most sensitive knowledge is contained within a place that's closer to him, such as a bedroom or a master study of sorts. A notebook
or we just
one notebook to rule them all, as it were.
or we just beat the knowledge out of him. That works sometimes too.
So this is important then. When we eventually travel to his domain, what is our plan? To simply attack Daedric and hope that we can beat the knowledge of how to save Nazra out of him? Or do we try to distract him, or sneak around, or look specifically for the notebook that contains the knowledge we require?
Let's be honest, like, if he's done this to Nazra, I have no doubt that he's probably done this to other people as well, but even one is enough. Like, this guy kind of fucking deserves to have the worst of it, so, like, even if we just beat him to beat him, just cause, like, I'm okay with that, and then we'll find the knowledge ourselves.
Fair point. But time is of the essence, remember? And we don't know what he knows of us currently. He kept tabs on Nazra. He may see us coming. He may make preparations for if we decide to come to his home turf. Honestly, one of the most terrifying things about this for me is the fact that we will be fighting him in that domain of his, and we know scarcely little about it. Nazra, what can you tell us of the domain? What should we look out for as we arrive?
Well, it was almost always Lyle that was fronting when we were there. There's very little I know, but I might be able to look into those memories that I saw. And maybe I can. Could I actually? Yeah, Adam. Could Nazra remember anything important about the domain from the memories that she now gained from Lyle?
So go ahead and make, let's call that an intelligence check.
Straight intelligence?
Yeah, let's do straight intelligence check.
Ooh, pretty good.
19. Okay. What exactly are you trying to glean about the domain?
I'm trying to remember exactly what Soren is asking for, like the general layout of it.
Way to push it on me.
like what to expect when we get there.
Are we gonna be met with an onslaught as soon as we arrive? Is he gonna play it silent, like we just go and enter his like domain or something, and it's just gonna be eerily quiet until the ambush arrives? Is he gonna try and cast some grand magic that makes it like a labyrinth when we arrive, or something? Like, what's his preferred play with my prey before I like beat the shit out of it?
So how much do I get to say here? That's what I'm asking, because I know everything. How much do I get to say here?
There's a lot of things that you're able to recall that just don't come out. What you do remember that I guess your co-pilot doesn't consider as spilling secrets is there's a lot of experiments. And all in all, it's a relatively peaceful place as long as you don't tread where you don't belong.
Oh yeah, I've never done that before.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah, I passed that to the rest of the gang.
There's one more thing I would like to discuss before we move on to logistics for the more immediate time. This code phrase, there's no way around saying this, Nazra. It is a problem. Going into this domain, moving forward from our current position, if at any time this code phrase can somehow reach you. Currently, Jury has smashed somewhat of an anchor into smithereens in the other room.
He kind of looks at Jury and gives him like a nod of approval, like, thanks, man. Thanks for doing that. You're on your shit.
Whereas Daedric has no way of reaching you currently with this phrase, when we enter the domain, it will be an entirely different story. We need to find a way to bring you back from that stupor. We need to find a way, if at all possible, to cut off this phrase from you, or prevent you from being affected by it. Does anyone have any ideas, or will we be asking Sora and Lavinia when we visit them after our discussion here? My initial thoughts were a silence spell that we could retrieve from one of our allies. However, this would not prevent any telepathic messages from getting through to Nazra.
Well, if it's telepathic, she looks to her ring, but then stops but I don't know if he can do anything with or through that.
Is that a different Arcana check?
As to whether or not he can interact through the...
Yeah, are there magics that he could use to kind of like just get through these barriers we already have in place to like get a mental message to Nazra?
She has a tadpole in her brain. There's no spells or magics needed. You guys know about it. Like, she's got an elithid tadpole in her brain.
So the tadpole.
So he can just like
the tadpole can
go right through the tadpole.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That sucks. That really sucks. So what is it? So out of game, like, what's our game plan for that? Because like, that's something to be seriously considered. Like, even if he doesn't, if anything, it's more terrifying if he doesn't do it immediately as we arrive into the domain. But what do we do in the event that, you know, Daedric uses the code phrase on Nazra and then the Nazra turns?
Well, again, there's the domain itself is she's freezing for a moment. As she pipes up again and says, I would think that we may not encounter him right away if we were to go.
For what it's worth, Astrid had an idea about that.
What? Where? Astrid begins stripping her as bringing down me.
Nope.
Where?
Way earlier when she said, "Drink the potion, it might kill the bug."
So
I thought that did, and I remember that, and I was saying like, did we want to wait for? I was waiting for the answer of, like from those Arcana checks to see if any of that could tell us if that might kill the bug.
I don't care if Arcana... Okay, I'm going to tell you right now, Soren doesn't care if our Arcana checks tell if it's going to kill the bug or not. You see Soren shove a flask in your hand, like, as soon as Astrid notices it. He doesn't care if, like, if there's a chance that it could, like, prevent this, like, all of this right now, he's going to take it, and he's going to use one of these potions on it. And he, like, shoves it in your hands, and he tells you to drink the potion. If there's any chance that this could work, and Astrid is correct. Let's hope that her gods can come through for us one more time. And I take Nazra's hand again.
She drinks the potion.
Okay. Astrid, go ahead and make a religion check for me, please.
Could I assist her? Or is this
This is no. This is not a
It sounds
normal
like one of those-
knowledge check.
Sounds like one of those in the moment things.
Oh no, we might have lost Chris.
Nah.
Chris. Let me just
gone forever?
roll fast. Ash. Here. Yeah. Where is? Yeah. Oh. Okay. Go ahead and make Nazra a Constitution saving throw.
Me?
Yeah.
I'm guessing within jury's range.
Yep.
Okie doke. So, or
The religion check was to see if you got advantage or not.
okay. 23.
23. That is. Oh shit, that's 5 or more too. Even better. So you feel as you start to down the potion, you feel a pretty intense pain, like a pounding headache, almost as if almost as if something was compressing inside of your brain. And then that pain shoots forward and you start to feel it behind your eye as the rest of you see some kind of movement. It almost, for a moment, looks like she's beginning to cry. And then the tear starts to wiggle and writhe and grow longer, and you see this almost worm-like creature slip out through her tear duct and just flop onto the ground.
Jury, jury,
Blood
Jury,
curse.
get your hammer. Jury, get that hammer. So what's the blood curse?
Can I use a curse of binding on this thing?
Oh, buddy.
no.
Ow.
Jury's losing it. Yeah, you can absolutely blood curse of binding.
Yeah, I need a strength save.
It's a blood
It
curse.
does. I don't think
Yeah.
it has a strength.
I think could
Well,
technically.
it doesn't have a stat block, so yeah.
Okay.
Nope.
Yeah, so
It
it's
just-
just sat there.
It's already like starting to kind of necrotize and go black, and then Atrum hits it with the blood curse, and it just like shrivels up, and it's it's still moving, it's still wiggling, like it's trying, but it is fucking, it's fucked up right now.
May I?
Sure. What are you doing?
Oh my god, if you eat this shit in my bed.
No, drop it.
Oh god, yeah. The jury, like, at a initial glance, like you see
it
this
broke my
happen.
Eldritch Blast again.
Oh no. And you kind of like freak out for a moment and stagger backwards as you're swinging down with the hammer, and your hammer slams like 2 inches shy of it, and then you just see the crystals on Soren's shoulders lift off and just start raining down like an ice shower as this thing is obliterated.
Oh. Neat.
That's that problem solved. Yeah.
Oh boy.
It was a case of
I will never question you again.
it was a case of, does it get nullified for a short time or does it get killed? Oh yeah, that's a good point.
Oh yeah.
Take 5 points of piercing damage.
I do?
So
Yeah.
now the question
that's
becomes
a small price.
Small price to pay.
The question becomes now, do we still have to go? I guess I don't see why we would go
That's a
with this.
fair point. There is no reason to go anymore.
I mean, does he still have a hold on you, or was that it?
There is a reason to go because there was also the additional problem of he might send people after us.
And I do agree with that, and I think that is a problem. And if there is anybody that loves a little bit of vengeance, it is me. But I feel like Tristram now becomes a priority. Am I wrong?
Nazra kind of stares at the body of the Illithid for a moment and nods and says, "Yes, thank you. Thank you."
Jury grabs your hand and very specifically grabs you and looks wants to make eye contact with you and says, "Listen, I am not suggesting that we do not go visit this count at another time, and I want you to understand that. I will lead the charge in there myself if that is what you wish. I just want to make sure that we are prioritizing things properly. But I assure you I will go with you whenever we are ready."
You see Soren, being very angry, start to scratch out everything he's written in his tome. Alright, I guess we're planning for something else now, and everything I wrote down will be saved for later.
Nazra nods and locks eyes. Whatever.
Optical
pores with Jury and nods and says, "Thank you. All of you, thank you. I didn't even know any of these things before today. And it seems we've solved more problems than I even knew I had. Before I even realized them myself."
Me, I'm the one that should be thanking you. Look at me. I'm beautiful. I got legs for days.
Are. I mean, thank you, Soren.
How does a star
Trim,
blush? How does
Jury,
that manifest?
Astrid, V. Thank all of you. Thank you.
Bree may be right. It might be time to set our focus on Tristram and the lands of Rurik, which there is much to be considered.
I do also want to throw out there, like, Soren planning, great idea, so we don't just run in and die. However, I do kind of feel like what the book reading dickhead was talking about wasn't, like, planning, like, we need to figure out what we're doing in, you know, what's coming up next. I think it was more of a, like, hey, you guys figure out your shit because you're all emotionally and,
with all due
and
respect,
fucked and
Atrim,
stuff.
I don't give a shit what Carter was talking about.
Well, damn. Okay.
That's fair.
He says loud enough for Carter to hear from the other room.
You see, Bigsby's hand just starts floating into the room, holding out a giant middle finger.
Fucking using a Big B's hand spell. Like, not even mage hand, Big B's hand. He wanted to. Oh,
He's making a statement.
That's how
he was making a statement. Well, hold on. He's either making a statement or he's compensating for something.
Ooh, you hear that? Carter, he's saying you got no ears.
Well, what?
Astrid is very, very fervent on the point that Nazareth thanked Odin, because without Odin, we'd all be fucked right now.
That's true.
All praise thee. No, just Odin.
Okay, Atrim, but I still like to make a plan before we leave. Given that
No, like I said, great idea.
No. Let me finish. We can make the plan after we figure our shit out. But the main reason I'm insistent that we make plan. Sorry, these holes get a little clogged up from time to time.
Please,
you see?
please don't tell me about it.
I'm about to tell you about it. You don't see a crystal, like, very tryptophobia warning, from the holes on his face when he, like, clears his throat, ? You see, like, a soft glow come from one of the holes, and, like, a milky cyan fluid just, like, drops from it onto the floor. Like, a single drop, but it drops there. And there's no indication what this fluid is. Like, it just is, and it comes out after he clears his throat.
I have quite literally never hated you so much.
I just watch it all the way as it comes out of that hole and falls to the ground, and as I'm talking, you just staring at it while it's on the ground.
It's like a long drop too. It hangs to the hole for like a solid 5 inches before it detaches and like plops onto the floor.
Oh no!
I'm sorry. This is everything I wanted from. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Chris.
Yeah, sorry. Continue what you're saying, please.
He continues as if nothing had just happened.
I'm staring right at it.
Look me in the eye.
My mouth is literally watering because I want to vomit right now.
Oh my god. I'm sorry, guys.
10 out of 10.
Okay, back to the.
Oh no, Chris.
Please, no.
All right, I'll focus on the other disgusting attributes of being a star spawn. Okay.
I mean,
there are a lot. Yeah.
There's so many to choose from. You hear like a bit of like a clicking, and it's coming from like it's weird because you see his legs and they're not moving, they're just vibrating. But you hear like a clicking noise coming from under the cloak. No, it's not a cricket. Like it's not the cricket noise. It's like actual clicking. Like something's happening under there. You don't know. Have you ever seen the underside of a horseshoe crab?
You know?
Have you ever seen a horseshoe crab? Like the underside?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, that.
Unfortunately. Yeah.
Anyways, now that that's over
This
with.
is getting worse and worse, Ruben.
Love you, Connor. I'd like to put together a plan after we get all of our shit figured out, because we've been hopping from domain to domain on a prayer, basically, and we somehow have not died yet. So I would like a plan before we head out to our possible deaths in the lands of Rurik.
Yeah, sure.
Alright.
No problem.
Get your shit figured out. He sort of coughs, and the drop that fell off his face on the ground starts crystallizing. Like, it's detached from him, it's not part of him anymore, but he coughs and that happens. I'm sorry, is this too much for you guys?
No. No. It's gross, but star spawns are gross, so
Yay.
makes sense.
This is everything I've wanted to do since I started the campaign.
Well,
It's great. Yep.
It fascinates me.
well.
So
You see, you picked a bad time to pick up on this because now David's gone.
that's a fair point.
So I guess Atrum, you're figuring your shit out on your own.
Yeah, sorry. I'll just talk to the air.
He gets a little like he starts
I mean-
like you see him like get up, like his cloak gets up, and you see all the legs, and he starts walking towards you. Like, yeah, we're gonna figure this out now, so we need to like get close together and like start talking. So the Starspawn is walking towards you right now.
Oh, he's trying his absolute best to like look at the ceiling, but like make it look like he's not looking at the ceiling.
Look me in the eye when I'm talking to you.
I don't know which ones.
Those aren't my eyes.
What?
No, which one?
Where are they?
Ruben, you've got Bree freaking out on the other end.
I'm sorry, Adam. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Bree.
But seriously, what's going on, Atrum?
Well, short
been
of
some-
the nonsense with V, you know, I think David is going to be coming back here in like maybe half an hour or so. I don't know.
All right, so
But,
move on to different trauma before we tackle this trauma.
I mean,
Got a couple.
Atrum, you got some other shit going on.
Huh? All right. Okay, so
Typo
where do I
shamer.
start? Okay, well, like for starters, you all keep asking why was Lavinia there, why was she doing that stuff. Well, I kind of asked her to show up because I knew V was lying to me about something, and I went, well, I could lie and say I didn't know what she was gonna do, but in my defense, I didn't know that was her children or family. She didn't care to tell me that. I just thought they were ghosts that she used. But yeah, so like I kind of asked her to do what she did. How she got pulled here was pretty cool. It wasn't supposed to happen, but you know, it happens. Oh, but backtrack a little bit. Yeah, well, Soren, you kind of know, because like you kind of for the longest time had this deal with whatever man bug thing that is in of is you. So in a similar manner, that's not in the bug way, I made a deal with Lavinia. She was pretty chill on her end. She hasn't really asked much of me yet, but like, I maybe sort of kind of, when disposing the bodies of the Order of Aegis, maybe kind of took them to her instead, and she's maybe kind of sort of bringing them back to life slowly. So there's that. It's not really a lie, it was just like an omission.
Can you say that
It's not
one
in-
more time? Because you kind of cut it out for me.
So like, Lavinia, she's raising my friends for me from the dead. Made a deal with her.
Oh.
All that good stuff.
What?
Yeah, so like,
Okay, when
I
you
was
say-
going to address it, but like more
you-
so when we went back to
Okay,
like see
when
everything.
you say raise from the dead,
Yeah.
you mean into undead or a resurrect?
No, I mean, depends what you consider undead. No, they'll be like themselves. Like they'll have their personalities and
What are
they'll
you
be
giving-
them.
What are you giving her in return?
So that wasn't very clear.
Can I make an
We
insight
didn't
check
really.
on that? Sorry, I know I have.
No, go ahead.
But
Uh,
because that didn't sound very convincing.
my persuasion. My charisma stats are awful.
I mean,
How have you all let me get away with all that I've gotten away with? No, that wasn't supposed to be
It was supposed to be to me, but like,
Didn't work.
in the end, it doesn't really matter because Ruben, does Atrim seem like the kind of person to actually flesh out the details of a deal before he accepts it? Come on, you know him better than that.
Soren like almost
No.
you see. So okay, so this is. Are you ready for another graphic description?
Oh boy.
So,
I'm
so
not
Soren,
looking. I'm looking at the ceiling.
So you're gonna be wanting to look at the ceiling for this because you suddenly see Soren grow about 2 meters in height as he like starts standing on his back legs, and he's like, "I'm gonna grab you with my arms."
Soren.
He's like,
Nazareth
he says,
steps up and steps between.
Wait, hold on.
Nazareth steps up and steps between them.
This is even better. So he says, "I'm gonna grab you." I'm gonna grab you with my arms, but like not the arms he has as his cloak. He starts like you see some of the lights start coming forward, like they're gonna reach, like they're reaching at you, but then they just hit
chill out.
He like goes back down, like he was just gonna like shake him, but he was using his other arms because he thought it'd be intimidating. And then he thinks to himself, and he kind of goes, "You really don't have any idea what you agreed to, do you? You're not actually lying."
No.
I mean, like,
The
okay,
person
let's.
Who is actually a star spawn?
Yeah.
I didn't catch any of that other than the last 2 words, which was actually a star spawn.
Didn't you actually try and kill everybody before I came along? So I just hesitate to judge anybody by their deal makings or thought processes when you are, in fact, you, Sword.
You bring up a good point.
I
You said Lavinia.
tend to do that.
You said
So, like, let's get one thing straight. However, there was the part where she didn't ask for my soul. Honestly, I'm not. I think I still have it. I think I've made a lot of deals in the past, but I'm pretty sure that's one I still have.
Wait. Wait, this Lavinia person who you say you trust, that you tried to take your soul? What?
No, no. She didn't try to take my soul. She made a deal with me, but the specification was that like no souls would be involved. We're just like work partners, I guess. Once again, there's not
the
a lot
souls of your
fleshed out.
friends, not.
No, she
souls?
doesn't get those either. She didn't ask for any souls. She's trying to put their souls back inside of them. That's the difficult part right now. Yeah, kind of like an apprentice, kind of, I guess. And yeah, I'm not like trying to disrespect them and bringing them back to life. Like, for instance, your tribe might not want to come back, but like my people kind of aren't done. And,
so what you're saying is,
yeah,
you made a pact with her.
Yeah. God, is that not something that you all do often?
You know, I suddenly realized, as Jury pointed out earlier, that I am literally in the form of something that almost succeeded in very nearly killing him. Not too.
Pretty sure you choked me.
Oh yeah.
Kind of kinky.
Oh yeah.
Kind of kinky. Yeah, no. So like,
you were into it.
So what I'm saying is like,
I didn't hear a no from Atrim.
It's like, yeah, I mean, like
If
business
anybody
partners.
thinks that Atrim doesn't like the little whips and chains, they're
Got a point.
Whips and chains excite me.
I made a deal with Vampire Mommy, so obviously there's something.
There's something going on.
But yeah, that's like the big secret here is I sold my services to save my friends. So if that makes me a terrible person, go ahead and let me know. But I stand by my decision. And that's another reason I've been mentioning we might need to drop by there, especially before going back to the domain, because hopefully maybe at some point soon they can come back and actually kind of help us. Because like there's a whole infected city that whatever dragon or dad or whoever has control of, which I'm still not entirely clear on. You don't know, they've got control of a lot of these undead things, so maybe they could help us at least get inside. Because there's a lot of dead. But
Okay.
yeah, that's that.
So, should we go to Lavinia first? If our goal now is to return to Tristram and um finish what we had started there, should we return to Lavinia and see if any of your friends are back, I guess, to
So
us help?
actually, during our
Or
conversation earlier of like what we're gonna do, I was actually talking to her a little bit. I feel like maybe she'll just like give me a call or something when it's done. I don't really know. I keep checking in. She said she's getting there, but as I said, like binding the souls back to the bodies is kind of a hard part. So, there's that. I don't know if any of them are back or if it's like a group project kind of thing, but I mean, sure, we could stop there and check in. Like I said, she hasn't said anything to me yet, but
Brings me to a different point from the preparation, but I figured we were still going over our baggages. We definitely need to restock, as it seems. I am almost out of health potions, which, if I'm being quite honest, seem to be the saving grace around here sometime.
cool. So that's all that I've got there.
Jury, is there anything that you need to share with us?
Oh, no, actually.
Oh, bag. God damn it! I love you, Josh.
I am a rather open book, as they say. I mean, I told you about my uh my dreamscape. I can go further into detail if necessary, but I fear it may be kind of a lost cause. It really, truthfully wasn't that interesting. Just, again, a lot of blood.
Look at Jury. A lot of blood, you say? If you tell us it is of no importance, then I will believe you. But whether it not be now, or when all of this is over, I think I myself would enjoy hearing, or rather, would be intrigued to hear about your past. Just out of curiosity.
Yeah, no, sorry, I'm on the opposite side. Like, you said a lot of blood. What the fuck does that entail? Because, like, he just told us flesh our shit out. And once again, like, if you don't want to say it, then I can't make you, but just know I can probably tell if you're lying.
Yes, no, of course. Well, as I said earlier, when I entered my dreamscape, um, it was just flashes from my past. I presumably similar to all of yours. Um, it was recaps of times where my brother and I were out completing missions for our master. And as I said, I was a bounty hunter of sorts. Um, we just never really collected a bounty. We just kind of hunted people. So I guess a hunter is a better way to put it. But instead of any kind of game or anything, our prey was people who our master had deemed necessary to die. So I became very good at sneaking around and killing a lot of people. But since then, I have been tasked to help as many people as possible, which is why I very much am interested in helping all of you with everything because that's my current mission. Just better than what I used to be. But I guess that is of some importance. I do have a brother somewhere. I don't know where. He also was tasked to do the same thing that I am doing. However, I have not seen him in a few months now. So I don't know exactly how he is going about completing his task, but I would imagine, and this is just a guess, but I would imagine he is in a similar position that I am of just attempting to help people as he can.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I have no doubts that he has followed in the same footsteps. He definitely will not come back to be any problem in the future. I guarantee that.
Little
Well,
do we
Why do
know
you
all of
say
these
that like you
storylines
know
are.
it
so.
will be?
Look, honestly, with our luck has been in the past. No offense to you
Dude,
or your
all of these.
brother, but
Well, with our luck,
This is very reasonable.
yeah,
Dude,
you guys
thank
have
you.
helped me through more things than more problems than I knew I had before all of this. And if anything, I'd say you have fairly good luck. At least I'm lucky to have met all of you.
Little did we know all of these storylines are going to converge like Sinister Six style. We're going to get to the land of Rurik to face like Miram and like
Everyone.
Lavinia's going
Yeah.
to show up, Daedric's going to show up, the fucking Violet Flame from the Far Realms is going to come in, and it's just going to be like a whole party.
The
I
other
don't think we win that one, but okay.
And then Jury's brother shows up and starts hitting things. Does Astrid say that or fair?
Although that brings up the point,
Oh.
kind of going back to Astrid's earlier question and her follow up here. Her tribe does not wish to be brought back that way. What's I mean, like, yeah, when you get to Rurik, sure, you want to fight the dragon and find your dad and whatnot, but like, what the fuck's the plan?
Approaching a sort of crossroads. After we take care of these loose ends, not loose ends, after we take care of these domains, after everything we've learned, how are we? What is our purpose afterwards? Restoring Esville seems to be an impossible task. But as you, V, seem to be very adamant on saving your people, I too wish to save the people of Esville that were cast into the Shadowfell. It's not their choice, should not have been their fate, but they're scattered amongst countless domains, and they have nowhere to go if we were to find them and try to bring them to some semblance of a normalcy.
Well, I hate to be the negative one of the group, but I don't really believe that we're in much of a place to decide anything at the moment. I think that we can only continue our current path, and once complete, a new one will be revealed. I don't think that we'll be able to establish very effective goals in our current situation, but that is just my opinion.
DM question.
I
Hmm.
So I might have missed it. The Cedric guy, the vampire dude.
Dedrick.
Dedrick, you said his name is?
Daedric, whatever. Same thing.
Whatever.
You specifically told me it was Daedric.
Hedrick.
Hedrick.
See,
So he has
I told you
access.
it was Daedric because you had been calling him like
Azure Digger?
Derek and Decker and all sorts of shit.
My boy?
Good. V's back. Perfect.
The bug that he had access to is
Mhm.
known to illithids. Is he an illithid as well? Or is he a
Mhm.
vampire?
He's a vampire.
Okay.
The vampire that has
something in there.
experimented on he's a vampire that has experimented on various monsters, so it would be very easy to assume that illithids were something he experimented on very early, and yeah.
That being said, would Nazra and or Lyle have any knowledge of whether or not he has access to illithid?
No, neither of them would. Well, I mean, Nazra wouldn't because of Nazra's limitations of knowledge there. Lyle may or may not, but fucking good luck getting a hold of her right now.
I hear from across the world, I can hear those wheels James head.
Yeah.
Oh, I could have illicit tadpoles of my own.
Well, okay.
See,
You went the wrong way. Wrong way.
I can hear the wheels turning too, but that's not where I don't think that's where they're
I
turning
will
to.
create an army.
Oh, I'm gonna get my fucking homeland back. Just you wait and see. Oh god, zombie mind flayers. Oh fuck.
That also being said, illithid, would we have knowledge of their mode of transportation?
Make an Arcana check.
Make an Arcana. They're not undead.
Arcana.
Yeah, they're also not Fae fiends.
Mhm.
Normal roll.
Okay. They do exist. They're very fun, and they're in Van Richten's Guide to Ravenloft. They're super great. They're terrifying. I love them.
So anything in that book, I would have knowledge of said vehicles, for the most part.
Yeah, you would understand. So Illithid stem from the far realms, but they didn't stay there very long because it's a very unforgiving place. Now, when I say for very long, that's obviously in perspective of everything is very long in the far realm. So, take it with a grain of salt. But they left the far realms and came to the material plane where they started fucking taking shit over. And their primary means of transportation was something called a nautiloid, which is a gigantic ship capable of interplanar travel. Eventually, as they were conquering and taking over shit, they conquered a race called the Gith. Time went by. No, it's okay. So time went by. The Gith rose against the Mind Flayers and basically broke their empire, and they fled into hiding. So there are very few nautiloids left roaming around, but there are some.
It's a long shot. Oh, fuck. Hey, Nasra. Like, if you're not comfortable with it, I completely understand, but, like, is Lyle available right now, or...
So Nazra's face goes a little stiff for a moment as a hint of anger kind of washes across her face, and then she looks down and looks to the side and um takes a breath, closes her eyes, and a few seconds later she opens them and just stares at the ground, says, I can't I can't pull her out. I wouldn't want to begin with, but she doesn't want to front right now, and to be honest, I don't think I'm ready for that either.
Completely cool. Completely cool. Just if she is listening or has any knowledge or way of knowing, I got a question or two for her, but we'll cross that road when we get there. It's completely fine.
Can't wait for you guys to see all the gifts in Discord.
Yeah, I just saw that one after opening it up for the first time in like 20 minutes, and I'm disappointed.
And I am disappointed, he said.
So, I mean, I guess all of that being said, I mean, I guess, yeah, we don't really have a plan once we
Well,
kill the dragon and all, but
I've said, why don't we go talk to Lavinia first and see if there is, well, first of all, if your friends can help, and then also if there's any other insight she can add to this, if you all do trust her, especially after
sometimes.
hearing what she has done, or rather the secret dealings she has with members of the party, as
You can
Nazra
say my name,
looks
it's okay.
So,
sorry.
we will
Everyone
consult
still trust her after hearing all of that?
Lavinia.
I don't know her. I haven't met her, and I don't know if this would change any of your opinions of her.
Lavinia does not have any, at least to our knowledge, gripes or ill will towards us. In fact, the last time we were in her domain, we helped her on a matter she thought was rather annoying. And we actually left without saying goodbye. There is also the presence of a tree whose roots in that domain assist us in traveling more accurately across the night. I see no reason she would unwelcome us to her domain.
Oh yeah, no, I talked to her. She's cool with us coming.
Plus, I'd very much like to speak with Magnus again. He has a grand personality that I find very intriguing. Now, logistically, I had mentioned that we need to restock, as it were. I myself acquire some additional health potions. We may be able to visit Sora's domain. They may be still with her, however inert within her domain. She may still be able to give them to us and send us on our way. As well, I'd like to check in with her as a sort of pit stop on the way to the forest. Additionally, we could also return to the carnival if anyone else needs something that might only be required or acquired at the night market.
I mean, I guess we could start traveling, start figuring some stuff out.
Oh, is David still there?
Mhm.
I am.
I think it's I think it's the time to deal with the leftover baggage. Not in reference to you. It was just a term we used earlier. We were like, oh, let's go over stuff that's still kind of sitting in the air, and you weren't here. But now you're here.
I am here. I have woken up from my nap. He is awake. What does she want?
I don't know. I don't know. What do we? Oh my God, David! What
We
the
can't
fuck?
tell when she's sleeping. She just does it sometimes.
Saw the gif you put in chat, and I love
Yeah,
it.
I know. You've been forcing the tentacles into my eye socket.
I have been forcing all the tentacles into your eye sockets.
Excellent gift from an excellent game. I gotta go back there and play that again at
really
some point.
What game is that?
Baldur's
That's
Gate 3.
Baldur's Gate 3.
Oh, I gotta play that game now.
It's fantastic.
Good.
You see one of those come
You
out.
don't
of
want to because I feel someone has the influence.
You as Soren asks V if there is anything that they can clarify for us, you see from one of the holes on his face like a glowing like cyan sprite that kind of looks like what I could only describe as like a dust ball from the far realms, just like shakingly like hover out of that ball. It has a little trail behind it, and it leaves like a tiny silken web, and it travels to one of the other holes, and it goes back inside, leaving like the tiny silken web where it was in front of his face. I can do these all day, guys.
Yeah, I can't look at you.
It's slightly fascinating what's going on in your
I
head.
can't look at you. Like,
thank you guys for putting up with Soren.
I've just had my headphones off for a majority of it.
Every time
have
Ruben
no
starts
idea.
talking, just mute.
Dude, I have no idea what's going on anymore.
You guys aren't.
'cause,
You
like,
guys
I'm
aren't
just- I'm not
actually.
paying attention.
You guys are
I have
really fine,
literally
right?
never been more uncomfortable.
Josh, you're okay though, right? Like, I'm sorry. Like,
Oh
seriously.
yeah, totally fine.
No.
He's never gonna look at calamari.
No, seriously though. But please let me know if like it's like uncomfortable or like it's weird. I'll like stop doing it. Like it's not. It's no. Because now I'm gonna have anxiety about it.
We'll let you know. Don't worry.
There's not much left to say. My father ruined my landscape, has used a ritual to escape it, replaced it with this dragon. I seem to be a part of this ritual to keep it bounded here. However, I've been taking steps to remove the dragon with all of you, using my sword to hopefully not have to remove the ritual and force it to come. But
Where's your sword now?
that'd be a question to a trim.
Hey, Trim.
Ah.
Hey, buddy.
Ah.
So Soren is somehow behind you now.
Just looming over. Right. Right. Ugh. V, do you want to do this? If so, let me know. If not, we can keep dancing around it all. But,
I'm still waiting for your answer from last night.
and you will have my answer depending on what I ascertain from when I return. Astrid, would you mind accompanying me to the library? There's some information I'd like to find.
Are you guys
Just
going
noped
into
out of it.
Are you guys going into another room to talk
I
about the
do
thing
not
that we
know
all
how
sat
to
down?
read.
It's
Oh,
fine.
no.
I do. I'll just read to you with you. It'll be fine. We'll figure it out. And
I just
yeah, on
watched
the way
them
out,
leave, kind of stunned for a moment.
just kind of throw up deuces to V and say, let
We'll
me
be
know what
back.
happens when they get back.
Did they just leave the sit down we had specifically to talk about things so everyone could be on the page to go talk about things in another room?
They have their own things to speak about. I
Wait, who?
believe I also have some things to maybe say to you.
Atrim and who left?
Astrid.
Astrid.
Atrim and Astrid. Okay.
You've known before. I told you there are gaps in my memories. Well, this place has reawoken some memories that I kind of wish I never saw. I was doing terrible things to people that did not deserve any of it. My father killed my entire family. My mom, my mother, my sons, my husband, and lied to me like I've been for a little while now. But what I was trying to do to protect my family and how I could have done it.
You said
I've killed thousands of people. I ruined their lives in a hope to stop something that was beyond my control. And thinking I had saved my home life, I had found, well, quite literally, knives in my back. The soldiers under my command that I was led to protect my home saw suited to kill me. Ruin my body, take my head. I woke up in this cursed state. I was hoping these were lies and that this was not who I was. Quite frankly, I really hope it isn't me. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry I lied about all of this. My family exists with me, tied, anchored, as it were, to my vessel. They help me. I don't know if they guide me or if they are just trapped watching me either repeat the pattern or maybe do better. I don't know. But Atrim has seen my memories and, like me, has not taken it too well. not sure if he blames me or not, but perhaps he should be.
You killed because you thought it would save your family.
And everyone else. But yes,
Was the people you killed not included in everyone else?
I
Well,
thought if I put one town to the flame, I would save all the others and my family. I was wrong. I was lied to. But my actions still show across this land.
you had a part to play in all of this. A larger part than some of us knew before. As for the killing, I am, under jury's words from before, unable to judge you. I've killed before. Under a different mindset, of course, but it was still me. Say you're lucky,
I'm not.
unless you had a reason. But what are you doing now?
I'm going to kill my father. I'm going to remove the plague that I put on my lands. And I wish to set them free. That's all I have left.
Oh, Chris, do we hear that? The stuff that you're also putting into chat?
I would think so, yeah.
Yeah, that's his ghostly whispers.
Yep.
That means that Astrid's tribe is. Oh, oh no.
They did.
Because something you took part in. Oh, I'm afraid it is not us you should be worried about.
I was never worried about any of you. Even she has the right to be angry with. Your wrath, your hatred, it's all justified. I'm not worried. You'll either kill me or you'll leave me. Or if everyone is truly that insane, you'll stay.
See Soren kind of wince at the mention of someone calling him insane. He's got trauma from being insane. I feel like I cannot speak on this. I do not know what must be done. I do not know what can be done. As far as I am concerned right now, the lands of Rurik are still suffering, and the people deserve to be freed, or at least put out of their misery one way or another. If your aid will assist in this, then
All I want is for my people to be free. I matter little anymore.
Truthfully, I do not know what would become of you after everything. I am still thankful for your help across everything, but I leave it to the others.
I feel like you and I are not that different because I have done the exact same thing that you have done, and now I am on a path to atone, is maybe a good word for it. The only difference is the fact that nobody knows anybody that I have killed in my path. And I know that some people may be upset about the things that you have done, but for me, I understand and I will fight with you.
Nazra,
He turns to Nazra.
I was just saying, Nazra kind of looks down at her hands and thinks about the lives that were taken with them, but as Lila had, and kind of clenches her fists and looks to Jury, and then looks to Soren, then looks back to V and says, "What our pasts are our pasts. All of us have done horrible things. Each of us has had horrible things done to us. But none of that matters now. What matters now is who we are now. Jury says he has killed many in his past. That was his entire life, his entire reason for being before, as a hunter. Not even for money or to survive, but for fun. But that is not who he is now. Would you trust Jury to have your back in a battle? Would you trust me to not turn against you? Would you trust Soren to be able to maintain control of himself? If you
I trust your intentions, but I do not trust Ming.
If you trust us, then I trust you. Whatever happened in your past is your past. Who you are now is what I care about. Nazra looks over towards the doorway and like where all the shouting from Astrid is coming from. Are they okay?
I said I don't. Not really my place. I like who V is now, but it seems there are others that may take more offense to this news, as it were.
Yeah, heads up. Astrid's not yelling. It's her whispers from
There's
ghosts.
just whispers going all around the room as if thousands of ghosts are saying these hateful words about me.
That is the hard part about atonement is sometimes it's just not enough. And some people are affected more than others by previous action. And I don't know what the right answer is, whether that is okay, whether that is wrong of them. I truthfully don't think I'm in the place to judge that, but I do at least understand the sentiment.
Now that I have a better understanding, and that we're hearing all of these whispers, Nazra, do we see like little spectral ghosts hovering around V?
Only if it's the invisible.
If you don't mind, Adam,
Mm-hmm.
the only thing you might see a glimpse of every once in a while is like two pairs of draconic eyes every once in a while. You might see like maybe tiny little motes of like angry wisps, but other than that, no. Especially now that this is like becoming an actual conversation.
Okay. Nazra is going to throw up a C invisibility.
What's my family doing?
Ooh. Not great. Not great. So you would see 3 individuals kind of huddled behind V, as well as 2 much larger creatures kind of stalking around the outside of the room, or the outer edges of the room.
Wait, 3 larger images, you mean dragons?
So 3 humanoids behind V and 2 large dragons kind of stalking around the outside of the room. The dragons both clearly furious and whispering these things into the room, and the people standing behind V all kind of like huddled together. And unlike, so you've seen them previously, most notably at the hut. And while there, you would notice they'd started shifting to a more desiccated version of themselves, taking on a much more undead look, and they do not seem to have improved from that. They aren't actively decaying as they were at that point, but they are still in fairly rough shape.
So they're just in really rough shape behind her. They have. Do they have like the scars, the wounds that killed them visible, or?
Make a perception check.
Oh, they were stabbed in the back.
No.
Sorry. I had to make the joke.
Actually, also while I'll make this perception check, but also while I am at it, can I kind of quickly glance around the room, make sure nothing else is watching us?
Yeah. You don't see anything else.
Okay.
As far as visible wounds, they're kind of hard to spot because all that you can see is like pretty well covered by like their the collars of their shirts and cloaks and such. But there's a single, I guess you'd call it a scar, a single
Across.
streak across all three of their throats.
Like they were hung, or like a
Mhm.
bleed was drawn across. Okay, so like they were hung. She sees them. She sees them all. Look at them. Look at the evil she has wrought. The sons hunt evil. And these whispers are not coming from any particular ghost, are they,
They're
Chris?
coming from the dragons.
From the dragons. Oh. So these are coming from the 3 dragons around us, not
2
the...
dragons.
Sorry, 2 dragons, not 3.
Mhm.
Oh.
My family is hurdled behind me. The dragons are circling me.
Got it. In that case,
Things get weird
Nazra...
when two people have the same gift.
I hate you.
In that case, Nazra is going to plant herself firmly between V and those circling dragons, and hold her shield out in front of her and say, she did what she thought she had to protect those she loved. She is no more a monster than any of us here. If she is a monster, then so am I. If she is a monster, then so is Soren. If she is a monster, then so is Jury. If she is a monster, then she is a monster I want to have by my side. You, on the other hand, you are monsters who continue to do evil. You are monsters who do not... What was it? You were saying something?
Sorry, my brother just came into my room.
Oh.
Continue.
Sorry, I thought you were interrupting to add a detail there.
The detail I'm adding is Soren, when you say Soren's a monster, there's just a still, like, shot of his face, like, real close up, and it's just this low droning bass tone as, like, stuff just floats out of his face now. Continue.
She might be a monster, but she is a monster who is trying to change her ways. She is a monster who is trying to change who she is. She doesn't want to be that monster. And that in and of itself means she is not a monster. But you continue to try and haunt her and harm those of Tristram, of Rorik. You are the only true monsters here, as she holds up her lantern and is going to use turn undead. Trying specifically I know, I'm sorry. I'm trying to turn it specifically towards those 2 dragons and away from V and her family.
You know,
If that is at all possible.
I don't think the ghostly whispers would have any form of CR or anything like that. So, yeah, I'm gonna say
Well, you can have my player inspiration. I mean, I don't know what you're using it for, but you can have it.
I'm gonna say they all 5 of them are temporarily disbanded.
My children, no.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's still a radius.
Destroy undead! I have killed your children!
Oh, buddy, that would be the worst thing you could have done. I may only have 18 hit points, but I'll make sure you match.
So,
Nazra turns back to V and looks and sees that those behind her have also disappeared and just goes, wait, are they, oh, oh no, I, I'm sorry, I didn't mean for them to,
They'll be
I'm sorry.
back. I am their anchor after all.
But won't that mean that they'll be back too? She glances
Yes.
over to where the dragons once were.
But they are not my dragons.
The thing with memory like this, Nazar, I know, no, but just because the physical apparition is gone, everything else remains in the mind. So much like your past, our past, as I look at, I like gesture to V, our past haunts our minds just like yours. You can get rid of whatever shadow is around, but you can't take it away from mine.
I know. I was more.
It
I was more
is a
worried
noble
about.
cause. I understand.
I understood what you were going for.
So,
She looks back to V and says, but that's just it. They are the monsters. You are not. And we will be there for you. Get rid of these monsters that haunt you. I will be there for you. Just like you were here for me. Just like we were all here for Soren.
Tell that to my brother.
speaking of which, Atrum, Astrid, what's been going on over there?
Discord.
Oh boy, I just
Oh
realized I
boy.
have 8 notifications. Oh god.
All of
I
the
didn't mean to
notifications.
send. I didn't mean to
Mhm.
send that gift to you, Adam. I was trying to send it in the memes chat.
Okay. So, hold off on her. So I'm assuming you guys had a conversation through DMs.
No,
Oh,
wanna do it outright, but not yet
Mhm.
because
because
Chris
Chris
is
can't talk.
indisposed at
Gotcha.
the moment.
Okay.
However, we feel like rolling off that.
Well,
His view of me is the only one that matters.
yeah, and that's kind of the linchpin to how the rest of this goes. Is I
I'm
guess how
trying so hard
Astrid
to
and
save
Age.
their life.
I guess the linchpin to how the rest of this goes is how Atrim and Astrid's conversation goes. Huh.
Well, until Chris is available, I can continue describing what Soren looks like.
Well, on that note,
Or you could not.
let's,
Yeah.
I'd rather kill myself.
yeah.
So the crystals, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So
So like one of them
if
falls
that's
off on the
if
floor.
that's the
Mm.
if that's the majority of that conversation until Chris has a mic back, does anybody have anything else that they need to cover?
Yes, I want to cover that thing I just said about the crystal.
Yeah, but we don't need to right now.
No, but just hear me out. But just hear me out. Just hear me out. I gotta get
Is there anything that we've missed so far? Because
Um,
we are coming close to that time as it is.
Yeah, we could end off early. I think as far as plans go, just make a quick pit stop, say hi to Sora, get anything
Mhm.
useful from her, restocking or otherwise. Then go say hi to Lavinia, finish restocks there. And if you guys want to, we can head to the night market to, it feels like a shopping trip now that I'm describing it out loud. But honestly, let's be honest, that's kind of what it is.
I mean, that's what the night market is for.
It's okay. I also need to harass a trip, for like 4 other reasons apparently.
You can do that on the road trip. I will
that-
turn this
Oh,
into
it
a road
won't.
trip.
We won't make it to the road trip.
No,
Well, that's what I was
that's
gonna ask. Like, if it's gonna be a shopping trip, quote unquote, is that something that needs to happen on stream, or is that like we can just do
I
that
mean,
and then like?
Well, that's
add-
also the thing. That's the other thing is if we go to Lavinia, we could probably get a bunch of stuff that we need.
So
I say do shopping over Discord of what we need and stuff, and then do all the information.
here's what I will say about that. I am 100% okay with doing that over, like, just letting you guys hash that out through the week.
Where are we shopping though?
Well, between Lavinia, Sora's, and the night market. However, that said, we've done this in the past, and it usually doesn't happen. So, if we're gonna do the shopping throughout the week, y'all need to do the shopping throughout the week. And then,
are you saying that we are unreliable at doing what needs to be done in our off time?
Sir, we would never.
Do you see how often we play New World?
I am 1,000% saying that.
Good. I just wanted to clarify.
Just to make sure. Yeah. However, yeah, it sounds like this is going to be this is where we'll stop it for this week. And I guess we'll pick up next week with figuring out what's going on between Atrim, Astrid, and V. And then we will just kind of blitz through the shopping.
Okay, but
hopefully y'all will have done it throughout the week. And with that, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and Discord. I
can't wait to use jury to like take out. You know how like sometimes you make your character take out personal frustrations.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm super excited for like 2 episodes from now when Jury just like one shot Soren into like back to the far realm. And like it just stands there and over his dead body like pulls off the crystals and just like breaks each one of them individually.
Why would you say that? Okay. Please.
So
just tell me you're joking right now because
Yes.
my anxiety is okay. Okay, because I'm gonna
right now.
Yeah,
he's like right now. So as we are wrapping it up, I will leave you all with this before I peace out to do my my outro that I always do so professionally well. You look up as the ghosts have been banished, and you look around you, and standing in the door, looking into the room with a face full of fury, is Astrid, hammer in one hand and axe in the other.
Oh boy.
And I will be right back.
Hit me, Daddy.
Just real quick, because I didn't really get it straight. Adam's doing his thing.
Yeah.
Just real quick, because I didn't get a straight answer, but like you guys are.
Jesus, there it goes. Okay, sorry. Discord buttons were not wanting to cooperate. Yeah. So, like I said, today, because we had people kind of in and out, today was intentionally not our normal progress. That's okay, because I feel like kind of set ourselves up for things not going this badly in the future. You know, that's always a plus. So I'm going to go ahead and send you all over to Behold Roleplay. And as always, I hope they treat you well. I hope you enjoyed this week, and we will see you again next week. Bye, Weiner.
As long as you have the monastic archery, you can do technically anything that requires key points with your bow as you would with your fists, and they get the benefit of whatever stance you're in. Oh, well, I heard the dice roll. That means we got a raid. Hello.
We got a raid.
Life at disadvantage.
Life
Welcome,
at
raiders.
disadvantage. Hello. Welcome. We are in the middle of leveling up as we just completed a chapter in Book 2 of Extinction Curse. So welcome, welcome, welcome. So make a note of that on your bow. You no longer need ammunition. Your ammunition bypasses all resistances of whatever type of arrow it is. Anything that requires a magical